Hey fuckers, it's Friday.
I need work.
Good night, folks.
Nailed it.
You are listening to your favorite podcast, Shattercast Uncut, with your host, Bobby Skullface.
That's a solid unit, Mac.
Oscar and Jake.
I call it a rock Fred.
Robert D.
So happy to be here.
The engineer, T2RX6.
The fit and finish.
Everyone's favorite internet troll, Greg for Mercy.
Only troll for good.
Meth Deluxe Baldwin.
Hell Hasbro.
And the most popular tattoo transformer band ever, Decepticon.
Hey, ladies.
No, it's just awful.
Who's running that company?
I don't scale like that.
Upload complete, fuckers. This podcast is intended for mature audiences only, and its sole purpose is to entertain. If it doesn't fit with your sensitive sensibilities, please feel free to turn it off now and
Shut the fuck up, Chip.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Shattercast Uncut, episode 100. Yeah! Woo! We made it 100. Yeah! This app, I got to download it. Open. Yeah, 100 episodes. I'm your host, the defunct Oscar Alonso. And joining me tonight, as always, are members of the Sinister Seven. Yeah.
Was that a stapler?
No, it wasn't. Yeah, that worked out great. Good job, Oscar.
I thought it was a stapler.
And joining me as always is the Sinful Seven, because I'm here that makes us 6, so they're no longer the sloppy 6. Wait, I'm here that makes us 7. My math is on point. AT&T loves me. And joining me as always, looking at my Skype screen from left to right, as always, Shattercast Uncut is your favorite podcast. The only podcast to tell you that, sure, stick your dick in the vacuum cleaner, but just remember, it's not the same as your girl. So, looking at my Skype screen... Yeah, isn't it? A little better. Better than that last one I used with prostitutes and, no condoms. Ugh. Left to right, he's everyone's favorite troll. He's your best friend and mine. And we just nestled over Skype before we started recording. The one you know, Mr. Greg Ford Mercy.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you for sticking it out or binge listening for 100 episodes, whichever. We seem to either have guys that have been there since the beginning or people that caught on episode 96 and binge watched.
Yeah.
And messaged us every time. So thanks. We appreciate that.
We thank you for putting our needs first ahead of yours. Like that. And coming up next, he's everyone's favorite lawyer. He's chasing ambulances up and down the block, and he helped me settle a lawsuit. Not really. I'm just trying to advertise. You can check him out. He's Brooklyn's #1 accident attorney, the one, the only Mr. Robert D.
Hey, guys. You know, it's funny. You mentioned that whole hooker with the no condom thing. That was what you said in the first time I came on the show.
Yeah, it's so good. I went for it twice.
Full circle.
Yeah.
Just like a hooker with a condom.
Yeah. Except it's kind of a risk,
condoms.
but, And speaking of condoms, this guy does not wear any because he's nothing more than a cat-hating psychopath. He is everyone's favorite Bob Ross Transformer reviewer, Mr. Matthew Deluxe Baldwin. Yeah!
Oh, I didn't mean it. God. Like he never says anything inappropriate to me. God. I love you, Robert.
That's in my recollection. Yeah.
All right.
I think you're just
Love you too, Matt.
a victim. Just another victim.
Oh, hey, everybody. This Deluxe.
And speaking of just another victim, this guy's got it tattooed on the bottom shaft of his penis. Along with the rest of his body, he's the most tattooed Transformer fan out there. He's the one, the only, Mr. Lenny Decepticon.
Hey, how y'all doing? It's good to hear your voice again, Oscar.
Oh, thanks, love.
Love you, man.
I'm not recording it on Facebook and going, what are you wearing?
That's my favorite wake-up call.
Pictures
talking,
of
Lenny.
his account.
Okay.
Keep talking. That's almost done fapping. And coming up next, he's known as Beast Wars #1 fanboy. He's also a very big Star Wars fan. He is a guy who rolls around on your floor sitting there telling you, let me show you how it's done. He speaks the truth, the one and only Mr. Justin T2RX6. Yeah! Did it again.
I am so confused.
Yeah. And coming up
Lovely.
next, he's some YouTube reviewer, fucking Nerd Rage Radio guy. We've been nuzzling on Facebook Messenger quite a bit, uncomfortably quite a bit, but I don't care. I don't care. It's a good guy. It's good people. He's the one and only Mr. Bobby Skullface.
What's up, everybody? Just real quick, I want to say thanks, everybody, for helping us get to episode 100. And before I forget, I want to give a shout out to Gareth F. He's a longtime listener, has sent us information regarding the British Transformer third-party trade in the past. And I told him I'd give him some love. He's got an album on iTunes and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty good. It was actually surprisingly good. I was like,
What kind of music?
it's like a blues-ish type rock. The band is called the Alibis, and the album is called Now We're Even.
Oh, okay. That's clever.
I want to say,
Alibis. It's called Now We're Even.
yeah,
Okay.
Check it out on iTunes.
CD Baby, or it's on CD Baby, or I don't know, whatever. Just search the Alibis.
BitTorrent.
Now We're Even. Yeah.
Shut up, Bert, shut up.
Right next to the IDW comics in the turn.
Shut
my trunk. My coat pockets.
Yeah. Anyway,
The van.
I'll check it
outside,
out.
back
I
of the
like that
truck.
kind of shit.
So, yeah, the Alibis, and their album's called Now We're Even. Let's write that down. I'm going to plug that as much as possible tonight, just because no one okayed that.
I will hook them up with a show with the Black Keys because everyone in Ohio knows each other. So, yeah, we'll get that knocked out.
Yeah. The Alibis, Now We're Even. So coming up next, if you want some shirts, hoodies, and bumper stickers, be sure to hit us up on Facebook, facebook.com/ShatteredCast. And, of course, you can hit us up on Twitter. That is Shattered, whatever, Cast. Oh, God damn it, Antoine. And, of course, you can look us up on Instagram under Shattered_Cast_Uncut, held and monitored by a good friend, Matthew Deluxe Baldwin. So, any more GoFundMe updates? I think you've kind of beat that horse to death.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we're pretty solid.
Yeah,
Should we buy some more shit?
Status quo. Hey, I will say, like, we've been talking at times about what to do with our leftover funds, and we've thrown around some ideas. I think. How do you guys feel about getting feedback from the listeners on it?
I feel
someone apparently was really excited.
That
about
dog said he wants to hear it.
I think
Well, why
that's the
don't you
wrong
guys-
direction because I need to pay this iTunes account off. And I was kind of hoping you would spot me, bro. No, just throwing it out there.
Well, for the listeners, if there's anything that you want, like we've talked, like we've said some things behind the scenes, better mics, particularly for myself and Deluxe. But, well, it used to be for Gregory until Gregory
Truth comes out.
Fine,
Truth comes out.
But I mean,
Yeah,
I'm down.
my lover.
I'm down for getting everybody. Like whatever you guys want, or like if is a website something you guys be interested in, or you want to just put it towards a new merchandise design. Like, just feel free to let us know. And we, not to say that it's going to be a democracy because it's fucking not, but we will definitely take it into account. We'll definitely take it into account.
Well, every week we do a What'd You Guys Get segment, and the best way to make sure we have a good What'd You Guys Get segment is to buy ourselves toys. So
That's true.
Yeah.
That's a valid point.
Yep.
It's a valid point. It's part of the show.
True.
I think it should be used towards helping one of us get to the next year's convention.
Oh, me
Sounds
too.
legit.
Me too.
Oh, is that
No, we
me
can
or
buy-
y'all talking about Lenny? Shit.
Lenny.
I was talking about me. Oh, right, Lenny. Yeah, Lenny.
I got to
Totally
bribe my way into the country, so I'm going to need a little bit of extra spending money.
Just go through
Shit,
Mescal, everybody else does.
I look like a fool. Greg, run interference. Make something up.
Bobby, how much?
Too
how
late.
much do we-
Too late, damn it.
How much is there in the account?
I think it's
20,000.
I think it's 700.
Well, we're five.
It's actually closer to 500 because 100 is allocated already for next year's Podbean,
And cocaine.
and another 100 is allocated for the following year's Podbean fees.
Hold on.
Well, hold on.
check.
For $500, we can buy a great white shark and bring Lenny over.
Yes.
Fuck
I
yeah,
don't
we
think
could.
we can get a great white shark for $500.
Oh, no, they
Yeah,
go
we
cheap. They go
can.
cheap
Yeah.
over here.
There's
Oh,
people
okay.
in Africa, the Circle of Death. They'll catch one. $500. How much of an entrance? How much of a cool entrance would that be to see Lenny pull up to American shores on the back of a great white shark,
Oh my god.
waving a boomerang in one
Yeah,
hand and one of
beautiful.
those douchebag Australian eagles in the other,
It's an
Crocodile
aquarium.
Dundee hat
It's an
with
aquarium
a
trailer.
with a selfie stick taped to his dick.
Yeah.
Don't forget that part.
Always.
Another rope
Our-
take, guys. I'm a quarter of
Our
the way
balance
there.
is $843.15 minus the $200 for Podbean, so 643 ish.
I like.
Yeah, and then
I like-
tax and
Hookers.
all that biz.
No. I got a better idea. How about we just buy another Devastator? Yes.
We'll just get one limit.
Hey, friendship is neato.
Yeah.
And we'll all bitch about not being able to combine it because the other people have the other pieces.
We can only combine it at TFCon.
Oh,
Double
friendship
impeachment?
Devastator.
You'll be seeing people
Here's another
behind
thing
the
too.
scenes.
Actually, in all seriousness, a bunch of people have talked about wanting to get shirts, like more shirts, different shirts, hoodies. We were approached by a third-party company, which we had to turn down at the time, about making some hoodies. But I mean, I've posted online a couple of times. I mean, if you guys even want to get more shirts and stuff made, I mean, if there's a desire for it, I mean, that's an option too. I mean, obviously, anything we'd make from that, we would obviously, put back into this chihuahua that's in my face licking my nose. We would put back into the show. I mean, the money would grow and disappear that way. So, I mean, it's a thing, but I mean, we're not going to make shit. No one buy it.
Or
Everybody
if you
likes to
wanna
talk
put
and
it
nobody
towards
wants to act.
Hasbro
So.
reviews.
There's that as well.
Or if you want to give it to Toys for Tots, or just flush it down the toilet for that matter. So yeah, t-shirts. No, I'm just kidding, Matt. We love you.
So feel free to
Shout
let
out
us
to
know.
Joseph. Go ahead, Joe Bobby. You were saying.
No, I was just saying, feel free to let us know what you guys think.
Okay, fantastic. Shout out to Joe Hudson. Corgis are jerks. Yeah, ain't that right, Yogi? Son of a
Commie.
bitch.
No, fucking
Yeah, he's a
no.
jerk.
There's only one commie corgi.
That is. God, I love his dog.
I love Joe H. He's
Joe
a
H is good people.
Yeah.
But
Can
you
we
know what
have
else
a moment of
is
silence for Joe H?
Tyler and Joe Britt. I want to shout out to Joe Britt. He's a good guy too.
A moment of silence.
A large portion of this show is going to be answering Joe B's question. So
Joe Britt is he's a good Southern boy, just like me.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He ain't like you big city folk.
I think we should have a moment of silence. We should have a moment of silence for each shard in the free for all.
Oh, good night, folks.
Yeah.
We'll be back in
Show's
2
done.
hours.
But anyway,
What's up,
Joe
Nicky?
Joe actually hit us up earlier today and knew we were recording and stuff, and just said congratulations on making it to 100 and good luck on the show and all this stuff. Like, I mean, it's it's a real sweetheart move. It's appreciated. It's
Except he didn't say 100. He used that fucking emoji thing.
Oh yeah, the 100 with the 2 lines. Yeah, that means I don't know.
Yeah, he's too hood for his own good. Coming from
Yeah.
LaGrange.
It's bad enough.
LaGrange boys.
It's bad enough he's a hardcore former Navy SEAL, but now he's one with manners. Which
He's
that
fam.
bastard. He's fam. He's fam. But you know what else is fam?
Third party.
What it was we got this week, Greg?
Oh, me? Oh, shit, man. Caught me off guard.
Do it, man. Okay, you want me to skip you, man? I'll come.
I actually only got 2 things. My haul to end all hauls this month comes on Friday. But I got the Mech Ideas Top Spin and Twin Twist for a couple dollars less than what they cost when they came out, and not the current eBay fuck you in the bottom going rate of $120 a piece, which is fucking ridiculous. Yeah, fam. So I got that, fam.
So what's coming in the mail? That's mother of all halls.
Well, that's next week's show.
18 pounds.
Let's just say it hovers around the 4-digit mark. So
Whoa,
yeah.
Baller. Speaking of ballers, Robert.
Unless Kit's listening. In
which case you got it on a good deal.
I couponed heavily.
Yes,
and,
he did research, compared prices. They were able to price match to his desired price, right, Greg? Yes.
That took some food
Yes,
stamps. for some of that
Food
stuff.
stamps.
I use Lenny's EBT card.
Did you steal my sister's Snap card? And just cash that shit out? But whatever. Speaking of which, Robert, what'd you get this week?
Well, speaking of ballers, we got 973 likes on Facebook. That's awesome. Can't wait till we get to 1,000.
25 away before I got to buy Bobby a Beast Wars figure he's got to review.
Yeah,
27. 27.
I can send him a Beast Wars figure.
Hey, Oscar, you are not contractually obligated to do that.
Oh, I am. I'm going through on this. So everyone listening, please make sure if we get to 1,000 likes, not 999, okay, 1,000 likes, I will buy Bobby a Beast War figure. I'm not going to cheap out and get the basic, like, fucking Flip Former ones. I'm going to get him a Beast Wars figure, okay, and he's going to review it, and he's going to love it.
And I'll upload it to Shadowcast channel.
And I mean, I want pictures of you in a bathtub with it. You know, you waking up next to it in the bed going, hey there, roar.
Maximize
Big Bob.
Someone just showed me their beast mode, and I'm okay with it. That's what's going to happen in that video. So help us get to 1,000 likes. That's right.
So yeah. Anyway, I got a Gundog that came in, and I got Strafe, Warbitron Strafe. So I have completed Warbitron's Computron.
I'm so sorry.
How do you feel? You're the first one of us.
He grows on you as he stands there, especially when you stand him next to Bruticus. Then you say, okay, it makes a little more sense. But, you know, it is what it is. Everybody has most of them. You know, the hands are a little long. Like, they do the whole ball joint thing. You know, like Orden. You know what I mean? Like, Orden has...
long hand having motherfucker.
yeah. Like, long arm. No, but he's tighter. You know, you can pose him better without popping kibble off, which is pretty cool. Yeah, but just like I like the Toy World Combiner more because it seemed tight and stuff, but people aren't really fans of the individual modes, so I wouldn't really trust my opinion when it comes to combiners. But I like him. I don't really like the aesthetic of him too much. I don't like brown that they used. It's very dull. It like sucks light rather than like reflects light. You know what I mean? It's really hard to see his face.
Sound like an art hipster. Shut up.
I'm not like a paint expert. I'm just saying what I see. It's like, you know, Bruticus, you can see that fucker's helmet. You know, it's imposing. And on Warbitron, you're like, does that guy have a fucking head? You know, so whatever though. But it's cool. What? Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say you cut off one of the antenna and mailed it to Quantron, right?
and last but not least, I got Utopia. He came in finally.
Oh shit!
For real?
So you dug into your stash and put him on your shelf finally.
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice.
What do you think?
He's great. He's Utopia. What can I say? I've broken so many.
It's a great figure. It's great. It's good posing. With the
just, you know, with having a combiner on the shelf for the same range of money, and then Utopia, you're like, you know, you do wish you had more. Like, everybody talked about Easter eggs. He has Easter eggs, so many little knickknacks, and he kind of doesn't, you know? But he's cool. I mean, he looks great, and he's an amazing presence on the shelf. So, he's posable. You know, Bobby, what's that?
No.
I was just gonna say, I watched your review again, Bob, and you said he had like almost no ankle tilt. I think you had a little ratchet shy there because it clicks. It goes.
Okay, it might have been. It's you know, so that's an expensive unit. So I might have been.
I was down when I saw that. I'm like, he has no fucking tilt. Oh my!
Well, I never said he had no. I never said he had no rocker.
No, he had like almost none though. He had like very little. It was like kind of like, you know.
I have to watch it again.
Kind of like that review of Quantron or Warbitron we saw.
I uploaded that December 29th of last year.
Oh my god!
Right now.
Speaking of ankle tilt, how do you like Gundog?
He's cool.
Cool. You're
holding out for that. You're holding out for next week, huh?
Well, you know what I like about when I picked up Gundog, I had like an epiphany, and I think I'm kind of stupid, so I'm sure this isn't much of an epiphany to most of you. But holding him, I said to myself,
"Wait!
Wow!
Who's got their shit unplugged?"
Hello,
Kurt Cobain.
All right, we're good now. Go ahead.
Okay. When I had him in hand, I said to myself, he feels MP. And I realized, that's something I never really... Like, you talk about that a lot, Bobby. Like, this feels a certain way, you know? And like holding him in hand, I'm like, he feels MP. You know, aesthetically, I like how he looks, but he doesn't really go right in my opinion with like the other MP cars. But that's just my own preference because he certainly feels MP in hand, and he scales well. He's cool.
There you go.
Good. I'm glad.
Okay. Matthew, what'd you get this week?
I just got one thing. Shout out to Swage66, Michael Lowry. He sent me.
Lions.
What? Mike Lowry?
I just call him Mike Lowry because of Bad Boys. I know his last name, but it's Mike Lowry. Michael Lowry.
Man, shots fired.
No, I've been looking for this guy for a little while, and it's the Starscream, the Heart of Steel, the Mastermind Creations, whatever, the oldie but goodie Screamer. He gave me a good deal on him, and I bought him, and I got him in a couple of days ago, and I have to go kill a baby with it now. So, because this guy.
Oh, you mean a cat? Because you're a cat-hating psychopath? You sick fuck.
I said to go kill a baby, crackhead.
Bye.
Maybe crackhead. Throw that out there.
God, that shit came out of nowhere with Justin with a southern.
Yeah, Justin, baby.
So, it's got some sharp edges, but I really like him. He's small, but he's a Starscream. So,
like your penis.
Right.
That's all I got.
Okay, then. Lenny, what'd you get this week?
I just got one thing this week. Robert sent me the MMC Hexatron, the better painted one, the Continuum.
Yes.
Because he's awesome and amazing and has a heart the size of Cybertron. So.
Oh, stop! Cybertron's dead.
Actually, it's a fictitious planet, so you're saying he doesn't have a heart at all, you bastard.
Exactly.
If you follow Prime, it's been rejuvenated.
So thank you, Robert.
Don't slap your religion in my face.
Lenny, he's in a better place with you, man. He was on the shelf and I was resenting him because I had to make the shelf bigger. I'm like, this fucker's taking up too much space. I got no space for him. So I'm glad you have him, dude.
Aww.
Yay.
We just shared a moment
My
without
weenie got
touching
soft.
dicks.
For once.
Yeah. That's it.
Okay, then. All right. Justin, what'd you get this week, buddy?
Well, I was contacted by the lead singer of Korn. And I actually probably hate that if I said that. But anyway, Jonathan Wayne Davis, he sent me an awesome picture of Jazz, and it is totally cool. And that's it. But I couldn't ask for more, so, thank you very much, sir.
Okay. All right. Bobby, what'd you get this week?
Let's see. I personally, I got Takara Masterpiece Thundercracker. I got Maketoys Rear End and Hurricane.
Giggity.
Yeah.
And I got SH Figuarts Clone Trooper, which is fucking perfect. Fucking perfect.
Yes.
And a battle droid, which is as good as a battle droid can be, maybe.
Roger.
It's got an alt mode.
Yeah, it does have an alt mode. And then I got the SH Figuarts Stormtrooper. I'm not sure if I mentioned that last week or not. I can't remember. And then I had the opportunity to look at Make Toys Gundog, Generation Toy Mixer Truck, KFC Double Deck, G Creations Wrath, and Play Arts Kai Star Wars Darth Maul. So that was my week.
Okay. Well,
nice.
Yeah,
You working hard or hardly working there, Bob?
Yeah, a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B, I guess. I mean, I got all these videos uploaded. Let me count right now. Like I have 1, 2. Hold on 1 second. This is worth it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 videos uploaded and scheduled for release for different days. So hopefully I want to do nothing the week of my birthday and Christmas. But we'll see.
I got one video.
There it is.
Yeah. Yeah, good stuff.
I got 37 videos.
No, you don't.
To be released bi-weekly. Bi-weekly.
Get you through the year.
Well, I got a KFC Transistor and his little buddies before my birthday, a gift from the baby brother.
Oh.
But my confession is I have gotten straight up balls deep in Star Wars.
Yes.
Balls deep in Star Wars. I love it.
Balls deep in Star Wars. Over the last few weeks, odds and ends, with birthday money, I scored a Star Wars Black Darth Vader, Emperor Palpatine, Kylo Ren, the Giovanni on whatever the fucking guy with the red dot in his face.
Yeah,
the bounty hunter, yeah, whatever his fucking name is.
I
got
yeah.
2 First Order Stormtroopers from the Black Line. That's fun. I got a Captain Phasma. Hey.
Fuck.
I got an Obi-Wan Kenobi. The guy who came in the 2-pack with the fucking Stormtrooper. What's his name? Poe Dameron? Yeah. Whatever. It's a dumb name. I got Black Suit Luke Skywalker. Which is, he's got a very sad face. He's like, oh, I'm a Jedi. I'm so upset.
He does have a sad face.
And I got recently the Star Wars model kit Boba Fett, which is pretty badass, which I've done a review on recently. Yes, and yeah, got to utilize my new turntable, so that makes me a special official reviewer on the YouTubes.
I also, I have a confession to make. I forgot to mention. I fucking, and look, before I say this, I know I contradicted myself, and I don't need that now. I fucking picked up a shit ton of 3 3/4 Force Awakens figures.
No.
Oh my god.
Oh
really?
my god.
Was this your fucking bad decision?
Yep.
You
Like,
fucking
we're talking
whatever, dude.
like
Max,
like,
we get a
like 5 points of articulation, 3 3/4.
The same.
Whoa.
Yeah. Okay.
Bro.
So here's what happened. I was
out. I quit.
Was this after you signed up for the Nazi party? I just
my 3 3/4. All right. So my 3 3/4 collection is in shambles. I was going down and like cleaning them up and straightening them up. And as I was doing it, I was
because
like,
it's a 3 3/4 collection. But
exactly.
You know, it's just me.
Exactly.
we all
You gotta
know
do
how
it
good
like
they are on the shelf.
You got to do it like once a year, or it's just a nightmare. So I was doing it, and as I was doing it, I was like, man, a lot of these are 5-point articulation. They'll be fine. So that, like, we were at Target the next day, and we had that, you know, everybody took advantage of that 20% off your entire purchase they had last weekend.
Or did they take advantage of you?
Yeah, good point.
Excuse me, man. We will perpetuate rape culture in this podcast.
And in a moment of weakness, I just fucking threw them all in the basket. And actually, even my wife was like, I am not going to give you my opinion on this. Like, she was disappointed as well. So I've been getting it from all angles.
You sound like you're transmitting from Alderaan before it got nuked.
Yeah. It was whatever. I'm fucking bullshit. I can't help.
Does anyone else hear this, or is this just me?
Oh.
Yeah.
I hear T-Pain.
I'm having mic issues?
Not on my end.
Well, Bobby's wife had to cut the internet budget by 40% because of
those
his recent 3 3/4 purchase.
She had to cut it by 3.75%.
She's like, this is how the Bothans had it.
Bobby, are you in on
it?
Bob, did you get those little die-cast spaceships, the Star Wars spaceships?
No. I'm out.
Oh, they're next.
I'm out of the.
They're next.
I'm out of the vehicle game.
Give it time. Jar Jar Binks will be there.
I'm out of the vehicle game today. I'm not. Oh, hey man, only a Sith dealer in absolute. So I'm not making any more fucking declarative statements regarding Star Wars because I'm.
Yeah, well, so did Jesus Christ.
Did anyone here get that TIE fighter?
I've thought about it.
Two of you that are balls deep in Star Wars right now.
I'm about to make that happen. I'm about to get my ass chewed out for it, but it'll be worth it come Christmas morning when it's like, bow, big box. What's up?
She'd be like, is that a toy? But like, no, it's a piece of furniture. Flip it up on its side. Like,
yeah, look, it's a coffee table, babe.
Coffee table.
You gave it to me. I bought some clone troopers right off Amazon for dirt cheap. And so, like, I wrapped them today to put them, like, okay, to Oscar from Carrie. She's like, what did I get you? I'm like, don't worry about it. It's cool. You can't get mad at it because you bought it. So whatever. She'll make me send them back. But that's not.
I should put Kit's name on my box I get Friday. Be like, you're the best ever. Be like, you spent how much? That's so awesome.
Just post it on Facebook, start tagging her, and share it in all the groups. Look what my wife Kit got for me. This is totally. She loves me so much.
Oh, we can't pay her bills, but she still found a way to buy me toys. That's awesome.
Yay!
Gonna be living in a Chosen Prime box. Nice.
Yeah.
See, if you're gonna live in a box, you should go for a BBTS box. You know, like something you bought like a little figure in, because you can fit like a whole fucking.
I bought a 3 3/4 Star Wars figure to see what Bobby was talking about, and now I have a summer home.
I filled my last box with BBTS.
Yeah, you did.
I got a almost 19-pounder coming. I feel like Matt Baldwin.
Whoa.
I'm excited.
Wow.
Easy, Mr. Land.
Let's get into the news.
All right, speaking of
what news? Oh yeah, Transformers.
Did you, Justin? What did you get, Justin?
Yeah, you already did.
Oh,
I got a pic. I got the picture of Jazz.
That's all I got. Was a picture. I could have sent you a picture of Jazz.
Yep. You got it from Corn.
You're not Corn, though.
Oh, that's true. That's different. Yeah, there's probably tears on it.
And then on the tag it said from Jonathan Davis, and then on the edge it said and Fred Durst, like in completely different color and handwriting.
Those
Super loser team up.
90s rock. It was so emotional. Speaking of
Jinko's making a comeback.
TransFormMission's IDWStyled MasterPieceScale, NotMotorMaster, GreyProtoType images. All in one breath. Hold that down.
This thing is going to be expensive.
He looks angry.
He didn't get his crunch berries.
Looks the part.
Looks like he's yelling crack.
That roof of that truck, that's just going to sit over top of the thigh, I guess.
Yep. That's how it was in the comic book.
Look at him. He's already prepared. That's a bit of a bummer.
I think it looks good. I like it.
Yeah, looks the part.
Yeah, I was bummed out about the dye on his shoulders, and then I realized that that's what it looked like in the comic book. So, yeah, nice size.
Yeah,
nice size.
Yeah, it's just straight up. Bang.
I'm hoping this isn't going to pull a fans project, because that truck's as big as MP10. So.
Yeah.
Where's all that leg gonna go? You know, Fans Project likes to hug. They like to hug onto some skeleton.
A lot of hinges on that unit.
A lot of hinges. It's actually hauling hinges, Bobby. It's a truck hauling hinges.
It's hauling replacement pins
to the Voodoo Toys factory.
Oh,
it's
hinges and swivels.
I wonder why they didn't show the robot. Anybody else?
It's not finished yet.
They transform it, and it's just inside out. It's just empty. It's all.
Do you think the robot is made up by the whole trailer, or do you think that it's just the truck? That
I'm thinking it's half and half, just like fans projects now. With all those hinges and clips.
Yeah,
and
maybe that back end will just untab.
Yep. But hey, at least a cab can independently turn from the trailer.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Giant straight job.
Trying to look at the combine mode and see where the trailer bits would go. Nothing that's sticking out to me like, oh, there's trailer. I mean, maybe the feet and hands, but even that doesn't necessarily look like it. I don't know.
Oh, what's that sound? Anyway, yeah, it looks good, man. Those fucking Wild Rider and Breakdown looking pretty sharp, though. What's up? How you guys doing? Yeah. This isn't weird at all.
Yeah, man. I know him, man. It's not the Sonic setup.
When I see those cars, I just picture them in like some really shitty like 80s movie with like really bad puns, or like they pop up in front of Optimus Prime. And they're like, "Look, Prime, nothing up our sleeves," and then they like they start shooting their fucking chain guns at him.
But on the other hand, like maybe like this can be my Minosaur, and when somebody else does the Stunticons, that'll be my robot mode, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine with this Minosaur, and it's the Minosaur that needs replacing from the Fans Project bit. So I'm okay. I've come to terms with it.
Bobby's gonna say that shit all the way at divorce court.
Yeah.
This is the set that's gonna replace my Broken Life from Fans Toys.
Skullface, this is a hearing for child custody. Why are you bringing up your toys?
It's like, I want the white one, the red one, the black one, and the yellow one, and I guess I'll take the gray one.
Racist.
Would you say, Rob?
This is the Studio Ox inspired, right?
No, IDW.
Oh.
That was the skate one, the rollerblade one. I think was a Studio Ox.
No, that's this one.
That's this.
Oh, this is the rollerblade. Oh, good look on that one, Bobby.
You're not getting this, Matt?
Yeah, I probably will. God damn it.
Yeah.
Does it have a point, Lenny? Does it have a plane for an arm? Do you think Matt's gonna buy this Minosaur? Does it have a plane for an arm?
Well, he could customize one into Starscream, I guess. Matt buys everything.
Yeah, he does, and then he makes fun of everybody else.
Yeah, I fucking hate third parties.
I fucking hate third parties. Oh, great, my Sky Carry's here. Yeah,
I love Terry.
my Terror's here. Awesome. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Terror.
Terror.
Oh,
let's go. There's some good ones here that I know he was behind. So, are we moving on, or?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Okay. So
We got an orgy to get to.
Yeah, we sure do. Mastermade Titans Diabolous Rex, aka Waterhead Baby Mini Masterpiece, not Trypticon. Final product images.
This looks.
I'm super excited for this thing.
Yeah.
That looks super fucking cool. That really does. Jesus. Thanos.
And
Sexy.
I'm glad you guys are happy.
Face mode.
Exactly.
You don't like
Yep,
this?
and you aren't gonna bring us down.
Oh, no, I don't
no.
intend to. I don't
I've
intend
got
to. It's
to
just
keep
not for me.
on
That's all.
moving.
Haters.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to, but it's just it looks good for what it is. It just doesn't look like something I want.
Exactly.
Until you have them in hand.
No.
Then you're in love.
Listen to Robert snarl. That's how intense he is about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, Bobby's holding out for the fans' choice. Trypticon.
$500 one. $1,000.
You know he's getting it.
If they did a Fans Toys one, of course.
No, the fans.
I said
no,
fans'
that's-
choice.
Oh.
Hasbro, Bobby, Hasbro.
Did you
Hasbro.
vote? Did you guys vote? Shh, didn't vote. Monsters.
I voted Trump.
Monsters.
But
I do like that. I do like that picture that John L posted, where it was like the Transformers 4 Grimlock repainted into Trypticon.
Yeah, I like that too.
Well, they
That was
got
funny.
what they wanted. I don't know why they're mad. It's just a repaint. I thought they were cool with that. No,
Probably
no,
even
sir.
some fun
They're
stuff.
not good with repaints. Oh, well, fuck. That's too late now. Go ahead.
Man, there's so much about. Oh, sorry.
Hey, Robert, did you see the photo going around online of Waterhead Baby Metroplex riding this thing?
Yeah.
I did.
That looked fucking cool.
Yeah, I
I fucking
included
love
it.
it.
It's in the second link I added.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, to the link to the Weebio from Dame Chalk via Third Party Unlimited, via somebody, via Facebook,
Oh, that
via
sounds
something
complicated.
else. It is.
Is he saying we?
Man. Wee! That's what I'm thinking. Like the pig from the commercial.
Hell yeah.
Wee! If you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, then get some culture.
What's amazing about these figures is what they do on such a small scale. It's really, I've never seen it before. I mean,
And how well
Greg,
they do it.
Yeah, Greg, you turned me on to it. And when you got me when you were saying how they had little microscopic Cybertronian writing, and I thought maybe it was just like a hint of it. It really is there, and it's like I don't know how they put it down there. It's so small.
It's there. It really is.
It's there. I know. It's
Oh my god!
I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it.
It sounded like the kid star of any Spielberg
movie. I wish.
It was there.
Yeah, I'm excited for this thing, and after seeing it at TFCon, I'm not excited for that little Megatron though. My least favorite part of the Metroplex is the Ultra Magnus. Oh, sorry, the City Commandant or whatever the fuck they call him. But
they do look good. I like them. They look good.
City Janitor Ultra.
City Mayor, Metropolis Mayor, big, great
City
stuff,
cleaner.
Large guy. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, this thing looks pretty fucking good.
Justin.
Yes.
Any thoughts on this particular piece of equipment we're looking at now?
The Trypticon?
Yes.
No.
Pre-ordered, my friend. I agree.
Yeah, definitely.
They already said it. Pre-ordered? All right.
Okay, well, moving on next. The Perfect Effect Bruticus Upgrade Hands and Feet, now with licks of paint.
I like it.
It's the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
But they added a stripe of fucking paint to make it like specifically for Bruticus. And that's amazing.
Oh, fucking Iron Man pose. Fuck yeah.
Oh shit, what?
He's crushing Prime. Well, kinda.
Damn, who took these pictures?
Prime's actually
Prime.
propping him up.
He's broken his thigh 5 times just to get into that pose, though.
Lenny, come on now.
Hail Hasbro now. He looks
good. I'm sorry, this
fantastic.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, Minosaur. Oh, hello, Bruticus. We're best friends. Let's get some fucking together.
I got these limbs. I got these limbs coming in my box.
Let's get
I'm gonna promptly give them to the guy I bought them for. As his early Christmas present.
I think Bruticus looks good. I don't care. Whatever.
I think Bruticus looks better than.
It looks better than Minosaur and Defensor.
Of the fair, yeah.
What I'm gathering for these photos is that apparently these add-ons are so heavy you need Warden and Leonidas' stands to hold up Blastoff and Vortex. So that's intense. Yeah. Good job. Perfect effect.
It doesn't look terrible. Like and the thing about any of those Combiner Wars is like they're not even close to good enough without those feet or some sort of feet with a fucking rocker on them. So
yeah, it looks like a Defensor with a Jeep, a tank, a jet, and a helicopter for limbs. So yeah.
I mean, it's like a necessity.
I will say I think this thing looks a hell of a sight better than Defensor. But
yeah, I agree with you, Greg.
Well, they did the add-on where you can
clearly
do the fist.
2 members of this podcast have lost their minds. Go ahead, Matthew. Sorry.
No, they made you could do where you put the hands and fists where you fill in the thigh, or not the thighs. I'm sorry, the waist and on the back and everything, so he looks a little more beefy, I guess. I don't know if y'all saw that pic. I think Greg has, but they got something going around where you can put on the feet that comes with the toys itself. You can add them on to him where it makes him look beefier. So that's pretty cool.
No, there's no fixing that, dude. I'm sorry.
I swear, I can't defend this anymore, man. It's worthless now. I can't
I didn't say it looked great, but it looks better than fucking.
It's a lot better than Minosaur and Defensor.
It looks better than Defensor. It's on par with Superion. I mean, that's not saying a whole lot. I mean, don't everybody lose their shit at one time.
Don't quote him.
I mean, that's not saying a whole lot. But it's definitely up there with Combiner Wars. It's no Grand Galvatron, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that shortly.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll be surprised at what I have to say about that thing. But anyway,
I was gonna say, I think I'm with you, Greg. I think it's more successful looking than some of the other attempts. But I mean, it's not amazing or anything. It's just better than what else is already out there, you know.
Yeah, and then when you have it in the hand, it's just like,
Yeah, and the Iron Man pose though, like the Iron Man pose just cracks me up because it's like there's the thigh broken away from the crotch, which has a knee broken away from the thigh. You know.
Oh. Posing like this.
It looks slightly better than the
Strikes
Power
again.
Core Combiner one. So
there you go.
I made it to show 100, and then after the.
Who mocked my laugh?
I did.
You piece of shit.
Oh,
Better than your better than your him. Don't eat my biscuits, man.
Oh,
Oh, Pugsy.
fucking fop.
You're a fap. And speaking of fap,
I'm
you want a
trying to think of
Wrassle?
some
Maketoys
Mozart.
Wrestle. You're a fifth movement. You are. So
I'm trying to
moving
think
on
of some insults from Amadeus. I couldn't think of any at the moment, but I'll get to it.
Your skin's dry to the peasant. No. Anyway, want to wrestle? Maketoys Wrestle, aka Grappelmania 24, a Maketoys store exclusive.
I think he might. He was like, "Fuck yeah, dude!" I like this
Lots
thing.
of wrestling.
I like these things a lot.
Yeah.
Like
Hey,
I
the
think
windows
they
ain't
look good.
clear. The windows ain't clear, so that's good. Yeah, we're bitching about that.
They're not. My picture's not loading for whatever reason.
There we go.
I can see it.
There
It's
it
all.
is.
They look black.
Oh, there it is. Yeah,
Oh,
there
look
it
at
is.
that. You're right, Matt.
So they fixed that. I mean, who has the clear ones?
yeah,
Is there another one?
their Inferno had clear windows. The pictures of that.
I thought
They
they
darkened
okay. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So why'd they darken these ones out and they didn't darken the Inferno ones out?
Well, Inferno hasn't actually been released.
Maybe they
yet.
will.
Maybe they have made that
Hopefully they
decision.
will.
Okay.
Well, and yeah, not everything's the same color, Matt. It's not like Arkansas. These are Transformers. Some things can be a little different than the other, but you know.
I'm not racist. Shut the fuck up.
It's not racist if everybody
now-
believes it.
Let me ask you guys a question. Do we think this is a Make Toys exclusive, or do we think that this special price is a Make Toys exclusive?
Well, I would hold on now. Just going by the giant red letters and the description, the product description that says exclusive to the Make Toys shop, I would say this is a Make Toys exclusive.
Okay, it doesn't say exclusive. It says right, but it says the description
price.
of it is Make Toys exclusive special price.
That's the exclusive nature of it.
What I see is product description stands approximately 21 centimeters tall because we're all apparently communists. Changes from bot to fire engine and back. This isn't the fucking fire engine. Features diecast and plastic parts exclusive to the mic. Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, it's that fine print.
Right.
Oh,
I
got
don't
him.
know.
Got him.
So perhaps if you were to read better, Comrade Gregory, you would understand. You are a fool.
Well, I
Back
saw
to
the
the
big red
factories.
title. Well, I'm sure the Big Bad Toy Store and everybody else is going to order fucking in groups of threes and buy them out so people can't get them, and then they'll charge $224.99 for them.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm probably gonna order this one. I'm probably gonna pre-order this one from.
Would you
from
think
the
about
Market
doing-
Toy Shop?
Maketoys, one of these trucks, Maketoys, the other one, MMC.
Yeah.
Would you entertain that?
Yep, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Me too. I
Clearly,
think I'm
MMC doesn't have a MMC exclusive set, so yeah, we're good.
I'm doing all three KFC actually.
Right.
Dangerous.
I think I want this over the MMC one.
Yeah.
What about Inferno?
See?
Are you going
Same.
MMC for that?
Who
Oh,
the fuck's making
okay.
what, man?
Yeah, I mean the only reason why I want the Inferno from MMC is because it's called Backdraft, and my dad and I used to watch that movie all the time. So like that's like, but I don't think it looks as good as the Make Toys one.
You'll get both
Wouldn't it be
anyway.
cheaper just to buy
I
the
hear you, but I don't think I can afford to do that anymore.
Just trade in some of those 3 3/4 Star Wars.
Yeah, I know, right?
About 300.
Don't listen to them. You made a right
Cleaned out
decision.
Target,
Bob.
but he can't afford to get
Thanks,
fucking smooth fire.
No, what you're not
Yeah.
hearing. What you're not hearing is Bobby doesn't need to. Someone's gonna send it to him.
Well, not. But I mean, maybe to review, but not to keep.
You're gonna be like, oh, I broke it. Do you mind if I just keep it?
No. I would.
Now here.
Go ahead.
No. Finish what you're gonna say. I'm sorry. I just saw something that really.
I would.
Me off,
I would if I ever were to break somebody's shit, I would of course fucking pay for the
slap him with it.
What? No, you will not. No, he will not. If you're sending him something, it's with the assumption that it might break, as anyone else would break it while playing with it.
You please
That is your
understand.
official attorney. As you're an attorney, I am fucking saying that.
At Skullface Studios, if your below par toy breaks, it's your fault, not mine.
No.
Yes, it's possible.
When I sent him Octane, that thing was held up in fucking like New Jersey somewhere, and I was halfway to Maryland for that fucking tracking number updated. I was like, all right, I'll turn around, I'm gonna go back home. I was getting concerned.
I was worried too because I sent you that print that you never mentioned as a haul piece, by the way.
I did. Yes, I did. I clearly said I got a print from Bobby.
Oh.
I said I got a Lost Light print.
But
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. But I was concerned. I was concerned because I didn't want to pay for it. If I'm going to pay to replace somebody's figure, I want the fucking broken one. Do you know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to. I was concerned that I had to pay for a figure that was just lost in transit.
Yeah, then you can send it to Justin to get repaired, and he can fucking talk shit about me on the next episode.
That's what I do.
That's what I do.
Monster.
So while we're sitting here talking about it for shits and giggles, I added Wrassle to my cart on Maketoys Maketoys.jap, and I get a very interesting total. It says Wrassle $124.99, quantity 1, total $124.99, subtotal $124.99, and now it says shipping and handling, deluxe packaging, additional outer box and packing materials $20. So they're going to charge me an additional $20 for a box and packing material, as opposed to just throwing the fucking box in the mail.
You're welcome.
Oh, I'm sorry, lazy American. Why don't you come to Chara and pick up the bag? There goes $20, and maybe quit crying about it.
Now, does that cover the shipping fee as well?
That's all it says. It
$20.
says includes additional box and packing materials, because they say clearly in the first page, they say that they can ship it in just the box with that brown outer box on it. But just the fact that it's like, oh, $20, we'll pack it for you. But other than that, we're just going to drop the motherfucker in the mail.
Because if it was $20 for that, and then an additional fee to ship it, that would be a kick in the balls.
Well, I'm getting there. I'm filling up my details. I'm gonna see what it says.
Do we think?
And then
think some of the companies are going to follow suit and try and do stuff exclusive through online stores? Because that's what MMC is doing with their K-On!
Only if America
it's not,
suffers.
You get a bonus if you buy the MMC one through Planet Steel Express. So
yes, it's fucking. Well, I mean, I'm not. I mean, I'm happy if you're happy.
I'm always happy, Bobby.
But it's a fucking stupid exclusive.
The
Here's a
accessory for
question.
the figure that most people didn't even bother with. Yeah.
Let me ask a stupid question. How much sooner do you think people who purchase it from Maketoys directly, how much sooner do you think it's going to get shipped to them versus an online retailer?
It should ship as they ship stuff to an online retailer, right?
Theoretically, yeah.
You think so?
So maybe a week early?
Unless they were pulling a Warbitron and it was a 90-day exclusive. So just to make choice.
You're still mad at that.
War drama.
I'm just saying, like, if they do it in the 90-day, like if they pull that sort of a move, I think the next time that they do this, they'll have a larger market, for the net that they cast. Whereas if they ship it to online retailers the same time that they ship out the exclusive from their site, I think people will be like, I'll just go with the company I trust. Thanks.
Right.
Holla.
So who here has gotten this?
Oh, I gotta pay for this shit up front. Fuck that.
Yeah, that's the reason
For
I
all
haven't
that bullshit.
done it.
Yeah, fuck all that. Yeah, no, I don't know when they're
Fuck all
gonna
that
charge
mess. Fuck that mess.
me. Yeah.
I'm not
What's the
convinced
release
enough
date?
on this one, or like whether I'm going to get the MMC one. So I'm not paying up money up front for this.
20,000 days.
Yeah,
I thought it was
it works out to be about $7,000 a child and a soul.
He says January. It says it's going to ship in January.
Oh, as we call them, Hondas. But
They've
moving
been
on.
not for nothing. Maketoys has been on the money with their release dates.
Right.
Well, they are Japanese and not Chinese, so
That's a good point. I
Oh,
wonder if I wonder if I mean I wonder what the cultural differences are, you know, in terms of stuff like that.
Oh, don't go. Just look up 741. Here's your cultural differences.
I mean, just in
Chinese
terms of like
got
how they view like punctuality and you know what I mean, stuff like that. Like I wonder if that's more of a big deal.
you know, like
'Cause it
not
does-
eating pets and
Wait, you were breaking up. What was the question?
the whole thing. Yeah.
Bobby, you broke up on my end. What was the question?
Very cute.
America's always punctual.
Nom, 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 nom.
I just
the
wonder if
question?
I'm trying to get to it. I just wonder if there is something cultural about being like a difference wise about punctuality and setting a time of when something is going to come out and then keeping to that standard. Just because most of these companies seem to be Chinese based and they seem to like just kind of give you a ballpark, and it may not even be them most of the time. It may be like online retailers that are setting that bar. But I wonder if from this, you know, Fans Toys and Make Toys being Fans Project and Make Toys being Japanese based, if there's something cultural about that, because they seem to be pretty accurate with their release dates.
Interesting question.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Google, here we
Here's
come.
something that's- So moving on to our next part of our first part of Hasbro news, actually, Hasbro one-step Trypticons. Yeah.
All right.
It seemed like this is the way it was going to go. So I'm
So
happy
I
that
hope that's just a joke.
Well, I'm happy that it at least doesn't seem rigged. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I didn't see a whole lot of Scorponok's. I saw a lot of Omega Supreme and a lot of Trypticon. I just would have thought it was weird if, like, you know, if it was something other than Trypticon, though. So at least it seems legit. I don't know.
I think it would have been. I think it would have been funny if they're like, and the winner is Fortnite. Oh crap! Oh man, he's not even one of the options.
Yeah.
The winner is Optimus Prime.
Everybody rooting for Max the other.
Optimus Prime again.
Headmaster Blaster. Yeah.
Headmaster, Power Master, Target Master, Optimus Prime.
Oh, he's dead now. All right, we got the black one. All right, let's go Scourge.
But yeah, I don't know. Anybody have any thoughts on this outside of that?
I think he's gonna end up being one of those Titan soap bottles.
No, he's gonna be good.
I'm excited to see what they do. We'll see. I mean, I'm not excited to buy it. Right. I'm excited to see what comes of it.
I will be.
Takara Unite Wars Grand Clusterfuck Galvatron revealed. Psst, the theme is actually This Is Your Life, the Unicron years.
Ah, see, somebody got it.
See?
This could have been a good fucking bot concept. They could have done it like the Knights of Cybertron, been like all retro 50s box. They could have been a stage, and you could have had like a fucking little cutout Unicron, and it'd be like, Unicron, this is your life. And like Ghost Starscream could come up, and Thrust from Armada could come up, and then Roller from that random ass story where Unicron plucked him from the abyss after Prime died. And like that's what each of these fucking limbs are based on. And then Cyclonus, one of the primary creations after Galvatron, like they could have been like, and Cyclonus, and Unicron like, I remember you. And like, and this is Ghost Starscream, and you're like, I got a body. You know, it would have been fun.
I
but they
love
didn't.
that Cyclonus is just a repaint of Cyclonus.
But it looks good. I mean,
It does.
Well, you
It
know,
does.
It don't look good, but you
Right,
know.
but yeah, no, the paint application is good. Like good.
But everyone was like, "Go home, Fun Pub. You're drunk." But I'm like, actually, Fun Pub probably could have fucking done something with this instead of throwing a Beast Head, a fucking Beast Wars name, on the same goddamn figures and not change anything else.
It's just fun.
But hey,
Yeah.
Transformers isn't supposed to be fun. It's
Galvatron's
supposed to be money.
Galvatron's canon in combined mode is fucking awesome.
I like it. I mean, but it's there. You know what I mean? It's there.
I fuck that. I take back everything negative I said about Fans Toys canon after seeing this one. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare.
At least it's there. At least they nodded to it. This thing's not serious. This isn't serious. They're like, stupid Americans. I told you. I mean, Oscar, you do it. You know what I'm gonna say. Fucking Americans.
Goddamn Americans! I cry about everything. Oh, my toy broke it. Oh, no one tell you to treat it like Big Mac value meal. Treat it like toy. Oh, you guys want to hear my impression of American? Ready? Oh, why don't you accept PayPal payments? Oh, you always broke.
You always broke. I like that Starscream.
Yeah, you'd say.
Yeah, you know, that's the one thing we can guarantee out of this is now we've opened the door for one Seeker. They're all going to come now. So, way to reuse that mold even more.
Seekers are like vampires, Justin. You let them in your house.
Look at my leader class figures, and I'm like, why?
Hey, I have to say though, like this thing looks fucking better than most of the other fucking Combiner Wars shit. I mean, even like the.
I don't know.
Oh, when you have four of them.
I'm feeling like you're really beaten down from Combiner Wars at this point, Greg, and just kind of think something is good looking.
Yeah, I'm saying I have four of them, and I'm telling you, it looks on par. It doesn't look better. Maybe.
Well, I'm saying it's more interesting. Like it's more pleasing to the eye. The color palette they chose, I guess I should say.
Man, I don't know. But like looking at
at least this thing doesn't look retarded, right?
No,
right?
it really does.
Doesn't?
It really does.
No. But it's not all spindly, right?
No.
It makes sense though, right?
Did you gouge your eyes out before we started recording today, Greg?
No.
No,
But Tyler L sent me a fucking button of peyote from when he was in Arizona. And let's just say let's go ahead and speed through the discussion if we can, please.
Okay.
Somebody backing
Moving
up.
on to the next one. Robots. I almost said Roberts in disguise. Robots in disguise. Nose cone headed to an Ollie's near you. Yeah.
Yep.
It's nonsense, not nose cone. Retracted.
I just can't wait until this is gone and forgotten about.
Me too.
That's all I can say.
Yep. This is like a bad phase.
What are these?
You know? These are
more stuff you're not getting, Lenny, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, you don't need to worry about it.
They're the artifacts that they're going to be searching for in Transformers
Minicon
5.
thing. Okay, yeah.
Lenny, you look at this, you just got to gouge your eyes out. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
There's no reason for it.
This is basically Matt's Christmas wish list.
All right.
That's what's in his stocking, every single one of these.
Pre-order.
I love the
Hell
comments.
yeah.
It's be better off reading the comments than you are looking at what they're selling.
Yep, I'm getting onto that now. $17. Hell yeah.
Entertainment Earth
Hey,
has
now
them
we're
on
talking.
pre-order for a while.
Hey, now we're talking. Wondering if there's some hidden armor for Scorch Strike and Beast Box. Fingers crossed.
Wait. Does anyone buy these? My stores are literally clogged with nothing but these. No seatbelt, anything. RAD stuff hasn't moved in months. And then in reply, Hollywood Hoist says, apparently someone does because BBTS pre-order is sold out. Burn!
That's probably because BBTS only ordered like one or two, expecting them to sit for way too long. That's all I'm saying.
Or my favorite is Commander size and articulated. Awesome. I'm getting Optimus for sure.
I hate every single person that commented on this.
Y'all are such fucking haters.
So moving on, Takara reveals official Transformers flight stands 15 months after they revealed the ports for them. Only for use with Destrons. Decepticons to the Wrassle.
You know, I might be in on these.
I'm so excited that I can finally post my Age of Extinction Optimus Prime flying like he's meant to be.
I know.
If
you go on, I don't know if it's on the Big Bad Toy Store one, but if you go on the TF Source pre-order, there's like a link to click to a list of Takara approved figures to use these on, and the first two are awesome. Because it's the stand that comes with tracks, right?
Right.
So the first two figures on there are MP tracks and MP Road Rage.
Yay.
That come with stands.
And
then it's like Megatron, flying tank. Optimus Prime, flying truck.
Yeah, I guess
None of the actual airplanes.
I don't think there are any. Yeah,
airplanes not approved for Takara stand. I'm very sorry.
It's like the combiner where Secret Mold will work. The newly discovered one.
Anytime.
It would be nice if these stands were like updated at least a little, so that they included like some kind of like little claw, like some of the other stands do. So like things that don't have a port on them could actually stand. But that's probably not going to happen, at least for a while, right? So
yeah, I don't care about little claws. All I need is a little bit of fishing line.
Just scroll down to that second image with RC. Her finger's about 5 inches away from that trigger. How the fuck does she use that weapon?
With mind bullets.
The Force. It's Princess Leia, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I remember that part from the movie. She turned all pink and robotic and shit. She's a fucking lesbian.
She's like, Darth Vader, you killed Alderaan. Hold on, let me. This is my final form.
What the fuck?
He just stands there yelling for 25 episodes without dropping a deuce. That shit ain't Christian, man.
I wonder what other so I got to go through. Like, did they give you a list of figures it's compatible with?
There was a list. It was like the AOE Dinobots and like Galvatron and
all the things that should fly.
Right.
It's probably AOE Dinobots minus swoop.
Right.
Yeah, it was a whole bunch of fucking nonsense.
Yeah.
Brainstorm was on there. Roadbuster was on there.
Real quick before we move on to the discussion, I wanted to pass on this bit of information. Like, I forgot to mention it earlier because I'm a bit of an idiot. But the reason why I fucking wanted to shout out Gareth F. and and his band and whatnot is because he sent us this information from a retailer that he knows that I just thought was interesting. I guess it was a post that this guy made, and this is what the post says. I've had no returns or complaints about the original gutter out of 14 units sold. I've had 3 complaints out of Fierce Attack. 2 were missing foot pegs. 1 was a pin not in straight, so the customer didn't want to risk moving the joint. It moved fine. 1 complaint out of 18 airbursts. 1 complaint out of 36 slash strikes. 5 complaints out of 24 of the first run of Apollyon. Despite being told not to report them to me, actual number of units with issues was around 19 to 21. Sheesh. 8 complaints out of 25 scoria, though some were very minor and fueled by the mob mentality, i.e. I saw on TFW there was an issue with chrome, and I think I can see a faint line if I stare really hard.
Mine had a giant bubble missing, but anyway.
3 that's fine. That has nothing to do with this. 3 out of 20 Grenader, 9 out of 12 Cubex Huffs, 3 complaints ever about MMC. 1 complaint ever about Maketoys, 0 complaints ever from Fans Project, 0 complaints ever from Perfect Effect, but I didn't stock Leonidas, 0 complaints ever about DX9. Admittedly, I'm not a big vendor, but those are some numbers to go on.
Hey, Lenny, what's it feel like to be on the winning team there, Mac?
Pretty damn good. Team MMC, baby.
Team MMC and fucking the other company.
Yeah, the Maketoys.
Like.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
He also
Team
said
Gutter.
he never got one from Fans Project, and that strikes me as interesting. I was actually thinking about it the other day, like how much I used to really love Fans Project, and like their toys generally do feel really good. but they're just not producing anything I want anymore. You know?
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's why
Feel
you
bad.
jump on the Team MMC, right? Yeah.
Yeah, boy. Woo.
So,
Sorry.
so yeah, pretty interesting stuff. We're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back. You won't even notice it for our episode 100 discussion.
Team MMC. All right, guys, we're back. We're in our special discussion topic, and looking at our show notes here, it's the most important question ever asked by anyone. That is, of course, Daddy, where do monsters come from?
Well, this was asked by Joe B, and it was for the origins of Shattercast. How Shattercast begins. Shattercast Year 0. Shattercast Year 1. So we brought back a special guest for us for this discussion, Mega 81.
What's going on, people? It's
There
Mega
he is.
81.
Yeah.
I just ejaculated.
So I guess Greg and I guess we can all contribute. I don't want to, I don't know how to go about approaching this, but so we all met through another podcast called Good Morning Cybertron. I don't know who was on there first. Do we know that?
Me.
I did it the very first time of all the people here.
Okay.
Scott was on there first.
Well, no, I mean, of us.
Scott was on there first. And then I did like 2 episodes, and then apparently they did not like my particular brand of just saying what was on my mind. But that's neither here nor there. So
I when I came on, Justin, were you already a regular member when I came on?
I wouldn't say I was like a regular member, but I was on more episodes than I was off. Just 'cause I had nothing going on whatever day they tended to record.
It was Monday. I'll never forget.
Monday.
And we'll get to that.
Remember the Monday of December.
September.
So
I know, but it's GMC. So.
That was a podcast that was run by a guy. Still is run by a guy named Scott. And I hit him up, and we started talking, and then I said something like I said, thanks for the shout out or whatever, because I had shown them some art, and they shouted out the art on the show, and I said thanks.
Art.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was the Stunticons, and then the Ratchet Inferno, and Red Alert, and the Combaticons one, and they
Early
shouted
days
out.
of DMH.
Yes, the beginning days of DMH. DMH was just getting started, as a matter of fact. So it all kind of happened around the same time, and I wrote back to them in an email, and I was like, thanks again. Fuck Hasbro and fuck spending $20 for a deluxe. And they read it on the show, and Xavier, who was a cast member of the show at the time, I'm not sure if he still is.
Still is.
Said, okay.
Sometimes.
Very cool guy. He said we should have that guy on the show, and then they said yeah. So I came on the show, and I got to meet them, and then through that I met Justin. Justin and I hit it off pretty early on, and Justin was actually my first Transformer commission. So
Sweet.
that's, a little special.
Money bags.
And then, well, what's funny is I don't know. Justin, do you mind if I put this business there?
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know what you're going. You can.
How much that commission? How much I charge for that commission?
Oh yeah, sure, that's fine.
Okay, so Justin wanted me to do all of the Protectobots and Defensor. And I was like when he hit me up, like I was floored. Like I played it cool. Like, thank you for contacting DMH. We would be happy to assist you. But I screenshot that shit and I sent it to my wife and I was like, it's happening. And so I was like, what should I charge? And she was like, I don't know. And I was like, I'm thinking $50. And she was like, you can't fucking charge $50.
Yeah, fuck this guy. I don't know. I'm just gonna charge him $50.
And no, because the amount of work that it takes on my end, she was like, you can't do that. And I was like, well, look, I was like, I'm uncomfortable charging. She was like, how much time is it going to take? And it's a lot of time for stuff like that. And I was like, she was like, well, maybe like, she gave like some outlandish number. And I was like, no fucking way. And I was like, I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll offer him packages. One will be like $50, and then one will be like 75, and then one will be like 100 or something like that. And it won't make any sense to get the 50. You know what I mean? It's either you're going to choose between a 75 and 100. He probably won't go with the 100. And he went with the 100. And I wrote her back and I was like, she went with the fucking 100. So like it was like a big deal. And that was how Justin and I got cool. And then the other
my way into Bobby's heart.
like most do. And then the other two people from Shattercast that I met on the show were Greg and Oscar, and actually the next person that I met was Oscar, and Oscar came on to GMC one night, and like I liked him like right from the jump, and then I hated him like 15 minutes later, because we got into some discussion about third party versus Hasbro, and I'll never forget, like he made some comment, and I was like,
I said because it was over Swerve, they debuted the Commander class Swerve. I was like, oh, great job, Hasbro. I tip my hat to you. You were like, you tip your hat to them. What?
I remember.
Well, I asked, what's your philosophy on that? And I asked it pretty straightforward, and Oscar was like, philosophy is fucking toys. I wouldn't say it's a fucking philosophy. And then I was like, in my head, I was like, you motherfucker. And I was like, well, no, I mean, like, what do you think about it? And then we got to talking, but like, we just clashed. And then he had to get off early because he had to get up early the next morning. And the next time I saw Oscar was on a Frenzy Rumble post that he was posting a picture that was supposedly like the leaked picture of Grimlock from Age of Extinction. And like one look at this thing, you knew it fucking wasn't that. So Oscar started trolling the fuck out of this guy. And like, I forget everything that you were saying, but it was like funny shit. And like by the third one that you posted, I was like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and now I'm going to tip my hat to this guy. And I commented on there. I said, I was like, see, Oscar, we can agree on things. And then like right after I wrote that, I get a message in my inbox from Greg that says, I found you, you slippery motherfucker.
Well, because what had happened, I remember that episode of GMC, and I was actually, it was one night I had like I was like, yeah, I'm taking a bath. I'm gonna take a fucking bath. And
Candles?
like that shit started, and I go, Kit, turn up the water heater. It's gonna be a long evening.
He kicked on his music.
Crank the water heater up. I turned up GMC. I was like, we'll see how this goes. Well, because I had heard Bobby and his various opinions, and I was like, you know what? This guy sounds like a dick. I'm a dick. So, yeah. And whatever, I heard it, and I was like, actually, I was interested in the art. I wanted to see some of the art and whatever, and I found someone who I thought was the guy because of mutual friends. And I was like, hey, are you the Bobby that was on GMC? And he's like, yeah. And this guy was pretending to be Bobby. And
Really?
It wasn't him. And yeah, I told you about that. And yeah, I told you about it. That was the whole idea. That was not the whole idea, but that was the whole thing. And then when I found out it was you, that's why I was like, I found you, you slippery son of a bitch.
Yeah. So then,
I tracked you down, motherfucker.
Greg and I like Facebook chat that whole night, and then like Oscar,
all night long.
That little moment.
I don't have that. So.
That little moment with Oscar, like right after I wrote that to Oscar friend requested me, And like as stupid as that sounds, right? Like because it's Facebook and meaningless. But like I was like, oh, okay, all right. So there's no hard feelings. We're all good. And then Greg and I talked like we'd known each other for years. So it was good. And then Greg and I and I knew Greg by reputation from GMC. Like, they talked about Greg for Mercy, and I always thought that was a slick ass nickname. And then they talked about the cafe. So I knew of Greg. And we taught them, built a rapport. Greg started coming back on GMC. Oscar would come back on every once in a while as time would allot. And then Justin was on there as well, and things were going well. So I think like the first there's stuff that happens whenever you have a team of people working on a show. There's stuff that happens that the public shouldn't really be privy to, because it's hard to get a core cast of people to agree on everything all the time. It just doesn't happen. But so we had some disagreements on GMC, but the first, I think, kind of like kink in the armor, so to speak. Well, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say it was mostly the ethical treatment of Wolverines, I think, and
yeah, we're gonna get there.
The way they were kept in corners.
But like some things started, like there started to become like some cracks in that foundation along the way, and meanwhile, like Greg and I are becoming like friends, and Justin and I are communicating a lot more, and Justin's like coming by the house,
man, friends,
like every now and then, and like it was cool. And then from the show, I knew Matt, because Matt would write in questions to GMC, and I always thought Matt had good questions. And I said on the show at GMC, I was like, we really should have this guy on, because he's got a fucking interesting point of view. And then I knew Antoine just from, I was a follower of Antoine's, because he's a news hound. I just knew of like the news that he would circulate. And what ended up happening was the cast of GMC wanted to have a person on the show that they'd had on the show prior, that lived in a different country, and they were going to adjust their schedule to accommodate his. And I took issue with it, because the person, the last time he was on, I asked him a question about the show, and he didn't know it. And I was like, you don't even listen to the show, do you? And he didn't. And then I was like, we're going to accommodate this. We're going to accommodate this guy. And he doesn't even listen to the show, and you're going to break up the team in order to do it. Now, the only other issue that was kind of going on at the time was Justin and I felt like our names needed to be on the intro, and they weren't. So like Justin and I never really felt like a part of the show. So that was also kind of, putting a crack into that foundation. So, Greg, you want to take over how the first GEC happened because of that?
Yeah, well, okay, so there was all that stuff going on, and then we usually recorded on Mondays, and we had actually, okay. I'm trying to think of the best way to do it, because I want to do it in layers, but I don't know how to make layers come across, so we'll just do it whatever. So we usually recorded on Monday nights. And then, they were going to record it on a Sunday, which was not good for anybody, to accommodate this guy from England, which, we're all friends with, whatever. So I said, well, if they're going to do a show on Sunday and we can't be a part of it, we should do a B team, because we felt like the B team. And we needed a full cast, so we got Matt on, and we got Holson, who, if you're listening, Holson, he's from Sweden, and good guy.
Holson.
And we did a show, and it was fun.
I think that was the second one. The first one I was part of.
You were part of that one, yeah. That's why I said the B team.
The first one,
and
didn't
then
have Matt
wasn't
on
Holson. I know I said Holson.
I was on the second one. I wasn't on the first one.
Yeah, I didn't say Matt. I didn't say Matt at all. I
think
Max.
Max
just said Holson.
Was it Max?
Yeah, Max was on too.
Oh, I thought you said Matt. My bad.
Yeah, and then we did the show and we put it out, and of course it got chopped up by the commander in chief and whatever. But whatever, the show was out there. So then we started getting responses from people like, "When are you guys going to do?" Because we called it Good Evening Cybertron, and we started getting responses from people like, "When are you going to do another Good Evening Cybertron?" And like, it got to be like, it wasn't just one or two. I mean, it got to be like a repetitive thing. One of those people was Antoine. And we were like, well, fuck, let's do another one. The opportunity arose. And so, and we had done that show with Matt. So the second one was pretty much the lineup. It was Bobby, myself, Justin, Oscar, Matt.
I was not on.
You weren't on the second one?
No.
Oh,
I was never on the Good Evening Cybertron.
You weren't?
No.
I don't think Bobby was either.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, Bobby was.
Oh, was he? Okay.
It was the B team. The B team.
Who recorded it?
Bobby was never on Shattered Cast Uncut.
Did Scott record it?
I think
no, it was.
I think that was one of the days that I record. No, I think I recorded it, and I think I was just unavailable.
Oh, okay,
so I wasn't part of the show.
I got you.
So it was Bobby, myself, Antoine, Matt, Holson.
Max was on that
and
one too. Second.
Maybe Max. Yeah, that was the second one. Okay, that was the second one. But it went over really well. And then once again, people were like, when are you going to do Cybertron? And so then I'd started messaging Bobby, and I was like, we should do a show, because we were trying to get things moving with the other show. And like nothing like against what they were doing or anything, but we had other plans, and we were trying to expand like the scope.
Yeah.
Of what we had.
I agree. Let me interject real quick with something else that was going on, and just because it's pivotal, but this is a bit of airing dirty laundry, but it's not it's not personal, and I'm cool. I'm cool with.
Is
Scott,
this the you and them? Oh no, well that
no. This is the he had to apologize to someone.
Oh well, that comes after this though.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then just
yeah, that was gonna be. Yeah, I was gonna tag
cool,
you
go
back
ahead.
in. Yeah, like Tekken,
yeah.
4.
Yeah. Go
So
ahead.
so yeah, like we were trying to expand the whole like idea. Like we were gonna do this website, and like we were just trying to think of what we could use our energy for, because there was energy there, and there was like people that seemed like they cared about shit, but it never went anywhere. And so we were trying to like, bounce ideas off each other, and we had these chats and we had these sessions, and they went really well like for a little while, but then nothing ever came of it. And I remember talking to Bobby. I was like, Bobby, let's we could do something else. Like, let's do something like independent. Like, we could do something else. And we had talked about it, and we kind of had some ideas, and someone coughed in my ear, and then we were like, we could. Okay, you fucking asshole. And we're like, we do something, but let's not include any Brooklyn fucking lawyers. We're like, we can do something bigger. And that was just kind of a thing we were kicking around. It was an idea, like, well, maybe we'll try it, whatever. And then there was this one episode that we got on, and
after the show, I had a. What was you say, Antoine?
I was going, no.
Oh, okay.
No.
After the show, I had I had a little quid pro quo, or a little tit for tat with a guy that was on there, and he wasn't like a cast member. He was like a guest. But him and I bumped heads. And I don't know. Justin always says, I could be more tactful, and he may have been right. He may be right in general, but I was trying to be patient with this young gentleman, but he tried my patience to a certain extent, where I had to be rather forward with him.
Admittedly, it was a pretty bad question. So.
Yeah,
Bobby likes coffee, and this particular guy liked tea, so they're going to bump heads.
So what happened was, not too long after that, Scott, who ran that show, said, look, like before the show started, he was like, look, for the first time ever, I had to apologize to someone about what we said on the show. And I never want to be put in that position again. So I'm not going to tell you who it was or what it was about. I don't want to talk about it anymore, but we're not going to talk about anybody, anything, anyone, directly on the show. So I have a guilty conscience anyway. So I figured it was something that I did, but I didn't know for sure. So I wrote Scott privately and just said, look, man, all right, so here's the thing. And Scott talks about this on the show, so I'm not putting his business out there, but Scott hit a down in the dumps period in his life and caught a pretty serious case of the blues. And he went to Walmart or some such establishment and with the intention of buying some pills or something to send him straight to the moon. And as he was walking out, he walked past a headset with a mic and put down the pills and picked up the headset and started Good Morning Cybertron. So it's important to him and it's his, it saved his life. Right. So I wrote him and I was look, man, I understand how important this show is to you. I get it. And I appreciate it. And I don't want to do anything that would fuck that up for you. So I'm just going to bow out of this thing. No hard feelings, no love lost. I appreciate the opportunity coming on. We're good. Just I don't want to get in the way of that. And he wrote me back and he's no, I'm not gonna. I don't want to talk too much about the situation, but it wasn't you. It had nothing to do with you. You get the show, you're involved in the show. I want you to remain a part of the show. And I was well, I don't feel comfortable, man. And he was well, please. And I was okay, fine. Forget it. So I came back, and then after we did the second episode of Good Evening Cybertron, we talked about BMOG, and we talked very poorly of BMOG, the product, not Trent Troop personally, just the product. And he said he had to cut all that out. And he was upset because he said, look, I told you we weren't going to talk about anybody. And, our argument was kind of we didn't talk about him. We talked about the toy. And just because we know him or you know him, because they interviewed him on Good Morning Cybertron. They didn't invite me to that episode, I'll have you know. But they interviewed him.
Didn't invite me either, actually.
And I don't have
anything. Well, no, that's worth mentioning. That's worth mentioning, actually. Because fuck it, why not? That's actually worth mentioning. We were all sitting there. I remember I was doing an autograph signing with the 68 Buckeye, Ohio State, whatever championship team. And that's neither here nor there, but that's how I remember it. I looked at my phone, and all of a sudden, an episode of Good Morning Cybertron had uploaded. And I'm what the fuck is this? And it was an interview. And I'm Bobby, did you know about this? He's no. I'm Justin? No. I was Matt? And Matt's who the fuck are you? I don't know you. I was because Matt hadn't been on yet. I don't think at that point. I was what the fuck is this? Really?
So.
And anyway, I'm sorry, Bobby.
No, it's all good. And at any rate, it's not I don't have anything personal against Trent Troop. You know what I mean? Not at all. I don't care for the product. But I would have been respectful in an interview. You know what I mean? It's I don't dislike the dude. I don't wish ill will on him. I wish him the best, but I'm going to give my opinion about the product because that's the fucking business that we're in, and it doesn't make our opinion any more or less valid than anyone else's. It's just what we do. So, so that happened, and he said, look, I told you, it wasn't, that was the case. We weren't going to talk about anybody. And then I forget how he said it, but he was this is the second time, Bobby. And then I was well, wait a minute, time out, because you told me that it wasn't me, and that was that's when I said, look, I'm going to step away, and that's when I stepped away, and that was the end of that.
Well, now don't forget your letter.
That I sent to everybody. That I sent to the team.
Do you remember the letter? Remember the last line?
I remember it was till all are one, or no, I said. Yeah, go ahead.
It said till all are ellipses Yeah, if you thought I was going to put that there, you're a fucking dumbass or something like that.
And that's when I stepped away from the show. Now, Greg and I were talking, and we were talking about doing another show anyway because things were rocky. It wasn't any like real hatred, but it wasn't right. Like the vibe wasn't right. There was just things that weren't right. So we were talking about doing another show.
Creativity was being stifled, man.
So that was like
create, bro.
That was like the big catalyst for it. So Greg and I started talking about starting another show, and we were talking about who we wanted to be involved in the show. And
I said Matt.
You did, and we thought like, look, Matt would be our Hasbro voice, because we're all like the other names that we were mentioning were fairly pro third party, so Matt would be our voice of Hasbro. We said Antoine because we knew that Antoine was on top of the news and he would get us all the news, and he would supply that element to it. And we said Oscar, like we both agreed on Oscar. We wanted Oscar.
Choice.
Yeah, because of Oscar's presence. It's ridiculous, and it's and everybody knows it. I mean, the listeners know it too. Without Oscar here, there's a void. There is a void. I mean, it's the truth. So like these were like the names.
Justin?
I'm getting
we're
getting
getting to that. Yeah,
that was a hot topic. That was a hot topic. So
Bobby's like, Justin's got a killer left hand. Just saying.
Well, we both
I'm like, well,
but we weren't sure how Justin would feel about it because Justin was in way better standings with Good Morning Cybertron, or namely Scott at the time, than we were. So I remember the night that I called him because I was like, it was one of those like I was pacing back and forth like I'm gonna call him. Oh, I'm not gonna call him. I'm gonna call him. Oh, I'm not gonna call him.
You're nervous?
I was. Because and I told Justin, I don't know if Justin recalls this, but I was like, look, man, like I don't want to put you in an awkward spot where you feel like you got to choose. But like, we want you to be a part of this. I want you to be a part of this. Will you consider doing it? And like, he was like, absolutely. He was like, I'm not going to stop doing GMC. And I was like, I wouldn't ask you to. I wanted to be very clear about that. So we started Shattercast, and that was basically how Shattercast started. Now, for a couple months, Justin and Greg continued to do GMC, and then you guys, Justin, why don't you talk about that, and then eventually not doing GMC as much.
Well, I mean, I still actually like the GMC guys. They're all good guys.
Yep.
I actually would like to try to find a time that I have free time actually to jump on. Ooh, just pulled their plug out.
Must have been
Good.
Matthew and totally
Okay.
not me by any way whatsoever.
As long as I'm not hearing myself again, I'll continue story. Anyway, so yeah, I'd like to find some time to actually hop on. But the problem is, and I was doing the show every day I could, but life finally takes a hold, and I don't have more. I mean, I barely have time to actually film my own reviews and everything like that, let alone do I can devote one day to a podcast, and then the rest of the life wants my attention. So I didn't have 2 days really every week anymore to be on 2 podcasts. Consequently, that was finding the woman who's now married to me. So I have to give her time too. So, I mean, that really is the reason. It's not, I didn't leave GMC with hard feelings or anything like that, but, going back and, it's like Bobby said earlier, him and I were not on the intro. I just felt like every time I was a guest, and I shouldn't feel that way if I was going to be on every episode or everything. So it was a good time to, be done with that and just concentrate on one. That's not saying I won't be back on there ever again, just that, I don't have time for it every week like I did.
And Greg?
Well, the thing worth mentioning is I mean, I did stick it out. Actually, the night that Bobby decided he was going to bow out, we'd actually talked earlier that day about doing what is now the Shattercast. And I think I had mentioned, I was like, we should talk to them about this tonight. And Bobby was a little like, we were a little like, yeah, I don't know. Like, we don't want to have hard feelings. And then when we got on to do the initial show, that was when the whole thing went down. And Bobby was like, I'm going to bow out. And so I did the episode, and at the end of the episode, I actually said, like, hey, and I put it out there. I was like, we're going to do the show called, I think we had the name then, or Shattercast Uncut. Check it out. And it kind of went from there. And yeah, exactly the same thing. No hard feelings. Like I stuck with it. I tried to do it here and there. And we did a couple of special episodes. We did a Transformers movie alternate script reading and a couple other things. It was fun. But yeah, I mean, it's like Justin said, like the time it takes to do 2 podcasts a week. I mean, you like to think it's easy and fun and free time, but it's really not when you have life and everything else going on. And yeah, maybe we can do it again. It's not like we have hard feelings or anything. But yeah, I mean, we got the show now, and
just
I mean, I don't really know what else there's.
Well, just to further that a bit, like, Scott's mom passed. Last year. And we mentioned it on the show. And we asked people, our listeners, send our thoughts and prayers or whatever you're into to that dude. And I wrote him, like, I hadn't spoken to him since I left the show, and I wrote him privately and just said, look, man, like, I understand of losing an important, matriarchal figure in your life, and I'm thinking of you, and he said, thanks. Like, it's no, like, we couldn't get on the same page to make a product, but it's not like I fucking hate the guy or anything like that. Like, and I don't want any bad things to come, and I wanted to let him know that regardless of our differences, that and I think we all reached out to him.
Yeah, definitely.
That, like that, definitely. Still community. But
and,
yeah. So,
and Shattercast isn't known for headhunting, but
right.
Xavier. Xavier is definitely on our list of people. If
and like
anything, any space comes up.
We've had a few members from GMC on Shattercast.
Mm-hmm.
We've had Xavier on Shattercast. We've had Holson on Shattercast. So there's it's always been like it's not like it hasn't been like ever like a war. It's just been like it's just been a difference.
Now, here's the thing I'm fuzzy on. How the fuck did we get Robert?
Hold on one second.
How the fuck did that work?
It's called bribery. It's cool.
Who?
Yeah.
I don't want to get too far ahead, but we got so we had to come up with a name for the show, and like Greg and I like kept like all day we're like throwing names back and forth.
I was like anal rabbits, and Bobby was like Rodimus crime, and I was like anal rabbits, and
so
Bobby's like Optimus crime, and I'm like, it was very unproductive.
And it was actually my wife who was laying next to me and was like, "What about Shattered Cast?" And like I was like, "Holy shit, that's it!" Because like,
did you like stand up slowly?
Well, we were laying in bed. I was just like, here was the thing. Like, okay, so it's like
Robert.
It is like the alternate universe, to like a lot of like Transformers podcasts that were out there, and most of us were coming from GMC, and it was a shattered cast, like literally. So like it just seemed to work, and I threw it at Greg, and Greg was like, "I love it," and then I was like, "But I feel like we need another letter just to make it sound like something."
Now, here's the part I'm salty about.
Fitting.
Yeah,
it's like I picture Bobby standing up, going, "Yeah, Shattered Cast Uncut."
his arms on his fucking waist, just like, yeah.
Here's the part I'm salty about.
Yeah.
Bro, we should. Bobby's like, we need to add another letter. we need a U, And I was like, a you? I was like, a me? And he's like, no, a you. And I'm like, oh.
Me?
He's like, Uncut. And he was like, we can do these collegiate like designs for T-shirts.
And you were like,
and I'm like, that's fucking awesome, yes. And we have yet to do a collegiate SCU fucking design for a T-shirt or a hoodie because yeah. So yeah, fucking fuck me. So yeah.
Yes, please.
Like Greg said, you. How about Uncut? And then
Bobby.
Yeah.
Then he started nodding slowly.
He was like, Justin, move out of the way. He's like, oh, yeah, Uncut. Yeah, I see what you're saying. See how I tied that all together?
Yeah, good job, buddy. I'm proud.
Good job, buddy.
You know, like,
good job,
we'll go through the rest real quick, kind of, and then we'll kind of give everybody a chance to go around and speak their piece on it. But so then, like, you know, the show was going well. The numbers were increasing. We were seeing the numbers increase, like on a weekly basis. So we knew it was.
Our stocks were up. I mean,
stocks
good.
were up.
Yeah.
So then we decided to do
healthcare was good.
We decided to do the GoFundMe bit, and like I was really concerned initially with Oscar getting on board with that. Because I knew Oscar has like very strict like Batman justice type moral code when it comes to money exchange for like a quote unquote free service like a
don't eat that bad.
So
right,
like
because you become
I'm the real Kickstarter.
So like you know when we brought it up, I was saying to Oscar, I was like, look, I was like, just hear me out. You know what I mean? And I was like,
Oscar was like Kickstarter face, GoFundMe face, Kickstarter face, GoFundMe face.
I'm not okay with any of this.
And I was like, it's a crowdfunding thing, but it's basically a pre-order system. And then I think he was able to see where I was going from because I also like Oscar didn't want to just have my fucking hand out. That's not my style either. So like, so we did like that first GoFundMe and like we reached our goal. Like you know I've told this story before, but like I'll never forget hitting the fucking launch button. I left the house. I went and saw Guardians of the Galaxy, and we walked out of the fucking movie. We had fucking met the goal. Like I couldn't fucking.
Thanks, Robert.
believe it.
Thanks, Robert.
Yeah, thanks, Robert.
Yeah, thanks, Robert. That's how you got voted in, buddy. Robert bought out everything.
I didn't vote for you though.
So Robert,
Republican. Robert is definitely the Republican candidate of Shattercast. His membership was bought.
Robert
100%.
the guest slot, and like we were all very concerned about the guest slot. Like we had two like big like quote unquote listener interactions. One was the guest spot with Robert, and one was the dinner with Fear Corpse. And we were concerned about both, and they were both.
We were less concerned about having dinner with a guy named Fear Corpse than we were about having Robert on. Just to be honest, like let's just lay that out.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was a different.
Can I jump in real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, the reason, and I just want to say, the reason we were kind of nervous about the guest spots is like from prior experience, when too many guests came on or anything like that, it was really like it made it a difficult episode, you know, to not for, you know, like not to just like get everybody to express their point and a lot of people talking over each other. And you can see even with like 5 of us, you know, or 6 of us, we've had that
or 8 of us.
still, but yeah, but when you had like 8 or 9 on, like it was absurd almost. So
yeah, absolutely, and like so, like there was 2 different batches of concern, right? So like with Robert, we were afraid that either A, it was going to be people talking all over each other, or that like I hadn't even thought about this, but that he was just going to be weird as fuck.
And he was, and that's the worst part.
Because 1 out of 2 ain't bad.
So the funny thing is, like,
go ahead.
The funny thing is when we did that, I had no clue that Robert actively listened to every episode. I thought he caught on because we were getting pretty popular, so he just bought the guest spot. So I made the joke of like, wouldn't that be fucked up if he comes on the show? I was like, hey guys, how's it going? I'm Robert. What's your plan? So when we add him on to the Skype conversation that night, he's supposed to guest star. He's like,
Hey guys, it's me, Robert. Now,
And I think, like, I don't want to speak for the cast, but I think the moment that he did that, everybody was like, "Okay, this guy's all right."
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But like the thing was, like, we were concerned that he was just either going to be a total weirdo because like it was my wife's idea to do the guest spot and the dinner. Like, and I was like, who the fuck? Like, what do you think? This is Tom Cruise? Like, nobody's gonna fucking pay money to be on the show. But it were to have dinner with us, and like, so we were concerned about him being a weirdo because we just thought it was like we just thought nobody would do it in the first place. And then with Ben, we were like, man, like we're gonna be eating with this guy. Like if like we lucked out with Robert, like he's all right, he's kind of cool. But with Ben, now that we got one lucky, what's the chances of us being lucky twice? Well, here's what's funny. I was at TFCon in Chicago, and Ben was there early, and I was there early. Ben is Fear Quotes for those listening, and he like I gave him my number, or we were communicating. I don't think I gave him my number yet. I think we were just communicating through Twitter. And he was like, "Hey, I'm at the bar. Come on down." And I looked at my wife, and I was like, "Oh no!" Like I don't know, like, no, but I was like, this is it. Like this is the moment. And I was concerned because it was just me. The rest of the cast wasn't there. It was just me. And I was like, man, like if this guy's gonna do something crazy, like I'm all I got. And then like I went down there, and fucking Ben was cool as shit. And then, like, I remember texting, like, in the chat, I was like, Ben's cool, all units stand down. Like, we're good.
And then I remember Matt and I got there, and then I get this text, and Bobby's like, hey, come down. I'm here. And I'm like, oh, shit. And I'm like, I don't know who Bobby is. I was like, I've remember this guy before in my life. Like, I was like, me and Matt were together, like, dude, like, you bring your gun? This guy's dangerous. I don't know. So we go down there, and then we see Bobby, and he's all like huggy, and he's like, "Give me a hug, you fuckers," and blah blah blah. And then all of a sudden, I see this dude leering. I'm like, "Who's this dude?" It's like, "Oh, that's Fear Core." I'm like, "Uh oh."
Yeah,
and then it was cool. It was cool.
Yeah,
it was cool.
Yeah, great dinner.
It was a good night.
Dinner.
And I think
except for the part where everybody left and went to White Castle. Fucking assholes.
But I think that was like, I think that it struck for us because like we were meeting so many people that were like listeners, and it was like, holy shit, like this is doing something. Like it is kind of, and because like we had this like inclusive mentality, which I think is another one of our like if I were to judge us, I'd say that it's one of our better qualities. Like like where if like we say, come on, sit down, have a seat, like it's all family, and like. By the end of it, like Saturday night, like there was like a whole horde of us, and like I don't know, it was just that was the icing on the cake for me that TFCon Chicago, where I was like, okay, this is becoming something. And I'll never forget Justin C like put out this post like the day before Chicago. He was like, fucking shards, it's time to stand the fuck up. And he was like, everybody better be wearing their Rock 25 t-shirts. Come tomorrow, and it just had a good vibe.
Dude, no, you don't even know Justin C. So I come walking up, I'm like, I had no idea I didn't know what TFCon was gonna be like, and I didn't know, especially with the show and everything. And like, I rode a bus, like 6.5 hours to fucking Chicago, and then I walked through downtown, I got on a train, and I rode a train, I'm like, fuck. And I get there, and I meet all these weirdos. Like, they're like, you're in, like, Transformers? Or, there's a Transformers convention here. And I'm like, yeah, that's where I'm headed. And I get there, and I come walking around the corner. I'm all sweaty because it's, like, hot. It's, like, unseasonably hot. And, like, I come walking around the corner, and then someone goes, Greg! It's Greg! And I'm like, fuck. So I drop my bag, and I put my hands up. And I'm like getting ready. I'm like, all right, about to get into a fist fight. And he's like, what's up, man? I'm Justin Christian. What's up, man? I got you that Rodimus gun. And then he's like, come on, let's go get a beer. And I'm like, what?
Oh, boy.
And I'm like, God damn. And I'm like, this might be a good weekend. I'm like, it was a fucking great weekend. It was one of the best weekends of my life.
So So then, like, you know, like we there was a time where like Antoine, like I'm not gonna put his business out there, but he had some family shit pop up, and he had to step away for a bit. And we were, you know, he said he quit, but, you know, he said he was out. So we were talking about, you know, filling his shoes and what we wanted to do and blah, 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 but we decided not to. And then he came back. He asked if he could come back, and we were like, you know, yeah. And then he came, then like he needed to bow out again because of the same kind of family issue. And and that, I mean, at that time we filled his slot with Robert D, because, you know, we all loved him from the guest episode that he was on, and then that, you know, that was that. And then
I heard that, man.
yeah. And then, you know, Antoine started up Third Party Unlimited, so like we made sure that was circulated in the notes every week and stuff like that, because, you know, we wanted to support Antoine and all of his ventures. And then we had I'm trying to think what the next thing. I think the next big shakeup was
Greg.
And I'm not like. Do you want to speak on that, Greg?
Well,
Is that pickle?
I just put a piece of taffy in my mouth. I was treating myself to a good episode, so thanks.
He said treat myself to taffy.
How did this magical bottle of water appear next to me to help me wash down this taffy? Carry.
Oh man, I need to make this quick because I got another great looking piece of taffy. Fuck. Yeah, I just I don't know. I was getting busy and I had some shit going on. Like, I had work was getting to be stressful, and personal life, and I was just getting. Man, why'd you put me on the spot, you son of a bitch?
You could just say reasons.
Reasons.
Yeah, you can say reasons. You can say reasons.
Shit like Bobby put me on the spot, you know.
So during that time, you know, we were really concerned because, you know, Greg is a presence on the show. So
he thinks he's muted. This is how he eats taffy.
I really think I'm muted now.
So we started.
Oh shit, I'm not muted. Fuck! Oh my god.
So we started looking for a replacement for Greg.
Who unmuted my mic?
Yeah, okay.
God, I'm sorry, Bobby. I'm sorry.
So we started looking for a replacement for Greg, and, you know, the first person that came to my mind was Lenny.
I'm not.
Now I knew Lenny from a previous. I knew he was in Australia, and he had asked. And he had put up in some. What was it with the cards? Did you put up in a group that you were?
Yeah, I think it was Transformers Addicts. I was an admin at one stage.
And he was looking for some of the Masterpiece bio cards.
Yeah, I had I bought some secondhand ones or some Hasbro ones, and I wanted the cards to go along with them, the Takara cards. So,
and I had them, so I was like, yeah, you know, you can, they're available. And
hey, Bobby, when you messaged him, were you like, ha, got him?
No, I didn't. I didn't even. At the time, I didn't even know. I was just like, I was very green at that time, and I started talking to him, and then we didn't talk much, and then he contacted my Skullface page, I believe, about something, and I wrote back to him. I was like, you know, this isn't. After we started talking a bit, I was like, this isn't the first time that we've spoken. And he was like, no. And I was like, yeah. I was like, I sold you some Masterpiece cards. And then, like, he was like, that's you. And
Bobby's like, well, I'm actually on your friends list, dude.
Yeah. So, like, you know, so then Lenny and I started talking more regularly. And then there was one that I'll never forget. Like, it was around December of last year. and we were just talking shit, and I was like, I got Solid Unit, which is like this video that I'm gonna have at the beginning of the year, and I was like, but I really want to have like I want to hit that 1,000 subscriber mark before I put it out, and I was just like, I feel like I've been pushing this fucking ball up this hill for all these years or all these months, and I can't fucking make this 1,000 subscriber mark, and like. In between checking my messages and going back to my news feed, like he had shared my fucking channel on like 30 pages. And I was like, holy shit, dude. Like, like you didn't have to do that, but it was very cool. And that's when Lenny and I really started talking. So I said like, look, come on an episode. I asked the guys, like, what do you think about that? I got this guy. I think he'd be all right. He came on an episode and like didn't say much. So everybody was kind of like,
he was shy.
Everybody was kind of like I was what do we think? And everybody was kind of like, he's fine. He said like 8 things, and they were all fine.
I hate Lenny.
I hate Lenny.
Lenny's a piece of shit.
Yeah, I am.
And then
Lenny and I didn't get along for a long time.
Yeah,
I know. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Are we gonna get there?
Lenny's a damn stupid Spanish piece of shit. I hate him.
I hate Spaniards.
Because I work at a Taco Bell.
So then I said,
taking our jobs.
I said, listen, we were trying to decide. We were trying to really decide if we were going to have him be a part of the show. And I said, why don't we have him come on one more time? I think we were down a person, and he came on.
Yeah, I remember that morning.
And that time,
you were down.
He was on fire. And so
that's because I'd just gotten laid. Bobby messaged me the morning, and I'd had some girl over, and I'm like, all right, you've got to go home. I've got to go and do a podcast.
And I was like, Lenny, I don't think I want to come back on Shattercast yet. And he's like, okay. And it's like, I'll do it this morning.
That's not what Lenny said to the girl. I was like, you've got to go, love. I've got to go do a documentary about scientific appeal of robotics in its future, military applications, and then did a podcast.
Yeah.
So then
Wait, so Lenny was Professor X from Days of Future Past. Okay. All right, great.
Yes.
Or whatever or First Class, yeah. It's groovy, baby.
I was like, so then everybody was like, that guy's, we're on board. Everybody was kind of.
I wasn't. I hated him.
He wasn't on the show, and then everybody was like, yeah, definitely. So, we talked about it, and we were like, yeah, let's add Lenny. So like, our time difference is all fucked up, right, or whatever. So
let's record on Sunday.
Lenny hit me up. Like I texted him. I was like, hey, give me a call or something when you wake up. And he woke up and he wrote me and he was like, he's like, what's up, man? And I was like, do you want to hear some good news? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, are you sure? And I could see it like on the Facebook Messenger, you could see the little face pop down when they read it. And I was like, are you sure? And the face like popped immediately down. And then I was like, oh, okay, this motherfucker really wants to know what's going on. So I was like, I don't know if you really want to know. Like the next one, like I see the face keep popping down like immediately. And so then I was like, welcome to Shattercast. And like he called me from the Facebook Messenger like app and was like just fucking happy as fuck. And I was like, it made me happy, that he was so happy. And then
did he call you a cunt?
I still am to this day.
And from that day forward, every time Lenny gets on to Skype to do an episode of Shattercast Uncut, he always wears the really loose boxer shorts just so his junk can peek out a little bit.
Wait a minute. Let's turn my camera on right now.
See, I knew it. Fucking knew it, you sick bastard.
So then Lenny was a part of the show, and then Grey came back to the show.
Yay!
I can't remember whether it was
Grey.
It was episode 75.
Well, hold on.
Greg.
Did you guys you completely skipped over where you added Robert as a permanent member, right? Or did you not?
No, I
they didn't. Okay, I cut out for a minute. I was trying to reconnect. So
it's all good.
Okay.
It's all good.
Okay.
Wait, yeah, I think I was added.
It's not all good. It's not all good.
I was in
as I left.
Because
the last thing I did was vote for.
Let fucking Robert for a second.
The last thing I did was vote for Robert.
Right. I wasn't added after Antoine left. I was because it was like kind of like, oh, wait a minute, we have a little more like maybe it is better with 6. I think you know, because of people talking over and whatever, just more space to talk. And then it wasn't until Greg left that there was more of a void that had to get filled. And that's when the big vote came in. Was it 6-1 to get me on?
That's what it was. The last thing I did on the show was vote fucking Robert in.
And he gave me a big pep talk. Greg gave me this pep talk on Messenger.
I did.
All spiritual and shit.
I did. And I was like, "Hey, look, you gotta fucking roll away." Like,
who got you back on?
Do
Greg?
it.
Who would you back on, Greg?
Me.
Well, apparently Bobby, according to you, you fucking lying son of a bitch.
Well, I said to Greg, I said to Robert rather, I was like, look, I would love to have you on the show, but I know your schedule is crazy because Robert and I had started like, you know, we had like our own like relationship, you know, like like we had talked privately a handful of times. So
me and my Robert, we got a relationship.
I was like, I know your schedule is crazy, you know, so I like
Robert loves me so bad, but he treats
and then
me like
the first time I mentioned this, Robert was like, yeah, it is crazy. So then like I baited him again, and I was
baited him,
and I was like, I know your schedule is crazy, but you know, I would love to have you back on the show. And then he was like, I think if I were to talk it over with my wife, like we can make it happen. And then that's when he joined up after he talked to her. Very, very vividly now that I think about it. So
I voted for you, Robert.
Both Lenny and Greg had kind of talked to me privately and been like, look, you know, Lenny and I have some history, and Greg and I have some history. And my just be honest, my internal response was, well, you have a fucking Facebook account, don't you? So then you got to have a fucking history with Greg, because Greg has a fucking history with everybody on Facebook.
I hit Lenny. I found out Lenny was involved, and I hit Lenny up, and I was like, look, well, this was even before that shit. This didn't even have anything to do with Shadowcast. I was like, Bobby said you're all right, and I was like, how you doing, or some shit like that. And this was completely independent from Shadowcast.
Yeah.
Right? Am I wrong?
Nope. You're right.
This had nothing to do with Shadowcast. It was like, hey, I like you, I like him, he likes you, he likes me, we like this other chick, like, you want to fucking, like, talk?
I have a three-way.
Maybe get something going.
Yeah.
His name's Matt. Like, he likes Hasbro. He wants to sit on the floor. Yeah, kind of deal. And, yeah.
And we chatted and we found out that we have a lot more in common than we thought. So
yeah, we both think Bobby is a closet homosexual.
Yeah.
And you both think Point Break was the best movie ever made.
Yeah. The Notebook.
What?
The Notebook is fucking amazing.
But
so yeah, and what's that one with Keanu Reeves in the mailbox? Ah,
we did a
feels
second.
every time.
You know, then we did a second GoFundMe, and you know, and that was successful.
That was way later, but okay.
TFCon, you know, and then that was fucking good times. It's just like it's just constantly growing, and like so, like I just want to go around real quick because that's basically, you know, us in a nutshell. Like, just go around round robin, speak your piece, 100 episodes in, and then we'll have Oscar wrap it up. But like, I am fucking like, you know, to have seen this thing grow from like a text conversation to kind of what it is now, and the way that people look forward to it, and all that kind of stuff. Like, I am immensely proud of Shattercast. Like, I love being a part of it. There's frustrating times, and there's bad times, and there's good times. But what the show kind of means to people, I think, outweighs a lot of the negativity or problems that go on behind the scenes. You know, on the worst of days, and
sometimes,
you know, I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you. The thing is that, you know, it's cool. It's like it's very cool to have this like concept, and you grow it, and you water it, and you feed it, and you see it kind of become like its own kind of machine. And you know, I've learned a lot doing it. Like this past year, like I've taken more of a step back from it in terms of like behind the scenes stuff, and learn to let go a little bit. Like you know, and it's gone off without a hitch, really. Like, you know, like the GoFundMe stuff and all that stuff. There's you know, like, it's just, I've learned a lot from it. I've taken away a lot from it, and I love all these guys that have been or will be, affiliated with the show in any way, shape, or form. And I don't know. It's more than just a fucking 2-hour chat. It's a fucking big deal to me.
Hey, sometimes being a podcast, is as simple as putting your arm around a little boy in a sex conversation and saying, "Hey, you're better than this other podcast that's trying to ostracize you, and maybe we should do something a little better."
Why don't you go
maybe
ahead?
That's what a hero. Well, maybe that's what being a hero really means. That was my Dark Knight. That was my Dark Knight.
I know what it was. You don't think I know the reference?
Yeah, I was just trying to throw it in. No, that was it. That was all. And I appreciate this, and I love it. And I like you fuckers, even though you're a burden on my fucking schedule. But goddamn, this time of year, fuck. But no, I love it. I love every single one of these people that I do this with, and the people that listen. Like, I'm getting all teary. The fan response, though, like the interactions and like the things that happen, like the things people say, and like just like seeing shit. Like, you're just on social media and you see like a passing reference to something that was said on Shattercast, and it's not even directly tagged. Like, it's something that was heard third hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like that's cool. Like, just like hearing something that someone else said, and you know where it came from. Like, that's just
When you
that's
got
cool.
a big online retailer straight up using Baldwin drop.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
And then people, like, you can even tell in other productions, like, where they're kind of like taking cues from what we do. Like, that's cool. Like, that's really cool. Like, I don't know. Makes sense.
Sound like a stone hippie. That's like great.
It's like, that's cool. I don't know, but that's cool, right?
To
Yeah,
piggyback that, like, I think that, like, and I don't want this to be taken out of context, but like, I think that we've helped motivate, teams like Realm of Collectors to do a podcast. I think we've helped motivate, Mickey and Swage to do Toy Detox. And now these are both shows that I now listen to on a weekly basis, and like, so it's like, it's gratifying, that like you've helped inspire people to do their thing, and then now you get to listen to them as a fan of what they're doing, and it's like it's fucking cool. Oscar, what are your thoughts on everything? 100 episodes in.
Well, I'm telling Giovanni over here, Robert D, I'm getting a little teary eyed, and you're gonna pay for that, Bobby. But that's all right.
He still doesn't know it.
Shut the fuck up. Anyway,
it's lawyer, Oscar, lawyer. It's not that hard to pronounce. Fuck.
So, when I got asked by Greg to come on here, I honestly thought it was going to be like a one and done type of deal. Do a few episodes.
Like our usual encounters.
Yeah, I know. I'll never. I wear that Tar Heel sweater, and I just think of you, lover. Anyway,
L spam.
L spam indeed. I didn't think it would blow up as big as it was. I walked away because I had some stuff going on, and my biggest fear was it surfacing here. So, all in all, it's probably been one of the best experiences in my life, besides marrying my wife, or being told by the same woman I married that, you never been to a Transformers convention, go to this one at least. Except when she sold that credit card statement. That should change your tone. But, seeing how things, how we've seen people interact with us, they start quoting us, emulating us. Like, I love hearing Realm of Collectors and seeing, or hearing Jay Botron host. I call him Oscar version 2.0. I love the guy. We live like an hour away from each other. We've yet to hang out. I'm going to change that in the future. But, I love the chemistry between all of us. I love how Antoine misspelled Shattered Cast on Twitter.
I know, though. That's a part of history.
I
I
know.
mean, that's a thing.
We can't fix that. That's the thing. You know, we're
That's a thing.
You know, and it's just so many memories associated with this. You know, from episode 1 to you know, the overwhelming response from the fans when you know, you guys announced that I was leaving the show, and my only reply to them is, don't be upset because you still have, you know, 6 other amazing individuals on that program. And as far as I'm concerned, you guys have, if you were ever say, did you fill in, could they fill in your shoes? I would say they've done more than fill in my shoes. They're wearing my clothes. It probably takes 3 of you to wear a pair of my jeans, but, you know, whatever. That's neither here nor there.
They're fixing my toys.
Yeah. Taking pot shots to every episode. Fuck you, Justin. Tear. Tear. Like, tear would never be a thing, you know? Fucking, I love when my wife wears a Rock 25 sweater and someone goes, oh my God, are those poodles just standing on next to each other? And that one day at the One Horse Show, the guy goes, no, that's a podcast. And I was like, yeah. And of course, the dude didn't believe her when she's like, yeah, no, my husband's on the show. His name's Oscar. No, you're not that wife. She's like, yeah.
I know Oscar Alonso. He's 37 feet tall. He has 7 heads, green scales. He's made of uranium, and he can fly. So where's your husband?
That's hard, though.
Bitch.
So, you know, it's been one hell of an experience. It's an awesome memory. It's like how some people, if I went to college, it's how some people probably remember their college university, just like Robert remembers his, but now regrets it because he has us. So I can't thank the support. You know, you've changed my mind on GoFundMe's, even though I still think when certain things are whatever, we're not going there. But you know, when I saw the GoFundMe succeed once, I was like, holy shit. And then when I saw succeed the second time, I was like, well, we better divvy up.
We're getting to BotCon. Woo!
Yeah. Woo, we're going BotCon, Kentucky. But guys like Tyler L., who made it to the show and personally messaged me, was like, I really wish you were there. I can't apologize enough. And I owe that guy, you know, because he showed us love. You know, and I love Tyler L. I love the fact that he's a big wig with Foot Locker. It's like, God, you think you'd get me a discount on shoes? But... you know, it's just, we have amazing fans like Joseph Hudson, the badass Navy SEAL, you know, Optimus Prime, you'll fucking love that guy to death too. Freaking cute voice Justin, who was all like fucking drunk and loved his fucking Ollie, you know, or, you know, Tucker, good old Tucker, who seemed fit to go on a 3-minute rant on his dispatch to correct me about the staff at Image, you know, and honestly, he turned out to be a guy I liked a lot. You know what I mean? Even though the last time I exchanged words with him, he was fucking shit-faced drunk. You know, I wouldn't change.
I'm sorry.
I'd take things with the good and the bad. I would take the good and the bad again if I need be, as long as the outcome was still the same. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Justin.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's hard to kind of follow up all this stuff. I mean, really, it's pretty awesome to see it have grown from what it was and where it came from. And, you know, all the people, like, I'm constantly blown away by the people who say things or, you know, quote us and talk to us all the time. Like, like from, you know, TFCon Chicago there to going to this last one, just like, you know, the number of people wearing our stuff and supporting us and want to actually make contact with us, like, you know, like, I feel bad for anybody who doesn't approach us because they think, like, you know, oh, well, you know, I'm just so-and-so, like, come on, like, we are a fan-driven thing, you know, like, don't be shy to come over and say hi, like, you know, we're just, you know, 6-7 guys that are enjoying podcasting in the same toys you do, so please come over. So it's awesome, and I hope. Was that?
I was gonna say, let's be fair. I mean, it only took your wife half the show to come over and talk to you, so she wasn't scared the entire time.
That is true. But yeah, I mean, like, it's awesome, and I look forward to seeing, you know, what changes even years from now with all the people who have yet to listen to the first episode or their first episode of our podcast, you know. So, and, you know, see how the fandom evolves, and, you know, hopefully everybody who's listening now continues listening, and, you know, if for some reason we're different than we were before, you remind us. So, yeah.
I'll tell you what, just to interject, Justin, I'm sure we don't say this enough to you, but we do thank you for the hard work and dedication you do into uploading these episodes.
Absolutely.
Keeping
we
to
do.
our schedule. But
Oh,
I'll never
yeah,
forget what I like to call the early days of recording Shattercast and Cut, when Justin and I noticed that if you mute your microphone without Moto, it doesn't really mute the microphone on El Moto, just on Skype. So there are episodes where you will hear Justin or me talking to our significant others.
The background.
Like, you will hear Justin go, I'm not a fan of them. They can't spend a night here. Or you'll hear me like talking to my wife. You hear me talking to my wife. Yeah, no, I'm just doing a podcast. Yeah, I can't talk to them. I'm doing a podcast. Okay, yeah, I love you too. All right, bye. You know, and then like, if we don't know till we upload an episode, we're like, oh no. Shit.
Yeah.
I hope no one catches on it, but they probably will now.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true. And to go back to the GMC thing, that is another reason that I kind of had to step away from that too, was like to devote my time and attention to actually making sure these got edited properly and uploaded, and include the pictures and all that stuff. Like, yeah, there's just not enough time to do everything. So,
Sure. Matthew Deluxe Baldwin.
Yay! No.
Yay!
Yay, America, motherfucker.
The first thing that I just want to say is that I will have, I think lifelong friends. At least on here.
Absolutely.
And anything happen to the show. Like, I've been here since day one, and I get so excited to do this show. I mean, every week I'm ready to do the show and everything, and I'm always grateful for y'all letting me onto the show. And and like I said, with the fans, it's so cool that people actually like what we're doing. I've never in my wildest dreams thought somebody would like something that I've done, and everything. And it spawned off, I would have never done reviews if it wouldn't been for Bobby, and Greg, and then pushing me, and Oscar, and all of y'all pushing me to do it. I would have never done it if y'all didn't push me, and I really appreciate that.
You're a good student, Matthew America Barring.
It was it was actually Bobby and Robert, because I told you not to do it. I was like, look, don't do it. But you did it anyway.
I mean, it's something I love doing now, and I really appreciate that. And I do appreciate the fans, and I tell all the time, I'll go into little spews about, appreciating everybody, from Yule, Joe H, all the Justins, everybody from ROC that, I've got to meet at, CFCon and everything, and sneezing over something. And, I mean, I just appreciate, that you actually do like us and you like our show. And I do love it hearing, other people say, hell Hasbro, or something, something, or Bobby will say something, anything, or, Robert, says a lot of good stuff, and Greg. And like I said, it just, I'm happy that I've found some friends that, that love, Transformers. And, we may split heads a lot, which that makes the shows really good, I think. But, it'll always come back to we're still friends, and I love you guys, and I always will. And I love this show, and hell Hasbro.
Hell
Nice.
fucking Hasbro.
Mega 81. Well, I know, Mega 81 is no longer part of the cast of Shattercast, but he's always part of the Shattercast family. He was with it from the beginning, and he stepped away. So, what are your thoughts about being part of Shattercast and being a founding member of Shattercast?
Yeah, let's see. From episode 1 through 59 was a blast. I mean, it was an experience I never had before. I was just a dude just online sharing Transformer information, to the masses. And then one day, I got asked to be on the show, and I was excited about it. So I said, yeah, let's do it. And then, next thing I know, I'm making the intro. Yeah. And that was fun. And now it reached 100 episodes, and that's pretty awesome. I got to meet a lot of people from TransFormMission Charlotte, and I got to meet Bobby at Baltimore Con for the first time.
Yes,
sir. That was awesome, and it was a blast. I mean, I left Shadowcast for two personal situations. The second time was because I haven't seen my mother in years, so I finally found her and stuff in New York. And I recently posted on Facebook that she passed on.
Oh, I'm sorry
So
to hear that, man. I missed that.
that was tough. So, but yeah, But I really enjoy Shadowcast, man. There's a lot of cool people, and I'm humble. You guys are in my heart all the time, man.
That's awesome.
And that was it.
Robert D.
Tough acts to follow. But yeah, Antoine, I'm sorry about your mom, man. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, when you guys did the GoFundMe, I mean, I was listening since you guys were on Good Morning Cybertron, then Good Evening Cybertron. My favorite episode was the video. There's a Good Morning Cybertron video episode in the Skull Cave, and it's pretty fun. And I remember that, and then. What was it? At some point I commented like, hey, you guys should do a video episode, and Greg was like, if you pay for it. And then you guys had to go fund me, and I was like, oh, fucking show, you pay for it.
Damn, dude. Money bag.
And then but I knew it was like an eBay auction. Like, see, from my perspective and everybody else who listens, and I know now at this point, just by all the people we speak to and so many friends that I've made, not just you guys, and you guys obviously were real close, but just the people who listen to the show, and they're not even just listeners, they're involved because we're very interactive. We want people to understand we're interactive.
So I guess you already got booze. Oh shit!
What happened?
Fuck.
Taffy?
I was muted. I was muted, and then my cat hit it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I apologize.
Say Taffy. No, okay.
Taffy.
So what the fuck was I saying? What was I saying? Shit.
The fans.
Yeah. The fans, they're like the show. Our show is very interactive, and we strive to be. And because we don't like, I can't imagine any of us thinking we're like on a level different than anybody else. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
Yeah,
we're
weird.
all on a level, and like having met these people, it's like confirms it. That's what's cool. Like at TFCon, the one that I went to, I was amazed. Like being in this like whole crowd of people, and every single one of them is somebody that we can, that I can relate to and chat with, and it doesn't matter, all walks of life. That's what's really cool. I mean, what do you do for a living? What do you do? Do you have any kids? This, that, the other. And it's we all have stuff that's in common, and it's not just toy. It's not just about a toy. There's something more to it. I haven't put my finger on it yet. But anyway, when my sense was when that fucking GoFundMe came up, it was like an eBay auction. I had my finger on the fucking trigger because I knew somebody else did too. It turns out several people did. And I beat them to it. And if I was a little slower, I would, things would have turned out differently. But yeah, I've been fucking with these guys for a long time before that. I'd send them dirty pictures, like individually while they were recording.
Still do. You're the only guy I know that cuts out a penis out of a fucking post-it and is like, oh, it's in my mouth.
I remember once one episode, Bobby. I sent him a picture of my boss. My boss my old boss was getting divorced, and he had split his pants. And the guy never wears underwear, and he split his pants while he was in a bank. So he's in his office. I told him, he's like, I just got served divorce papers, and I was like, why don't you roll them up and shove them up your ass? And I was saying it like just because I thought he was an asshole, and he did it. And then one of the pictures I sent to Bobby while he was recording, and I remember that, and you lost shit. But I knew I can get along with all you guys because we kind of, most of us had, started talking and chatting. And what really impressed me was, Justin really made a lasting impression on me early on because I would just always watch Transformers reviews and whatnot. And it was his Scoria review, and I just said, hey, by the way, you can do this extra thing with his plate in his back. And then Justin actually went ahead and did like a supplemental video and gave me a shout out. I was like, holy shit, this is a two-way thing. And it was really cool that he did that. And I was starstruck, but and I really appreciated that. And so I was like, hey, fuck, let me, let's do this.
Now I go ahead and I bitch out everybody who has anything negative to say about me and start charging for my videos.
Then you ask for money. Yes.
I get it.
No,
I got that reference. Thanks, Captain America.
Got him.
Got him.
But yeah. So I mean, I knew we hit it off. I wanted to be on the show, and I was, it was funny. I came to a realization. I still come to this realization every few days where I'm like, I'm my own boss now. I can make my own fucking time. I mean, my days are really busy, but I don't have to ask anybody. You know what I mean? So like when I really thought about it with the show and everything, I mean, other than my wife, but when I thought, I was like, I can fucking do it. It's at night, So I'm really glad that you guys welcomed me. It means a lot to me. This is, I mean, honestly, if you knew what I dealt with on a day-to-day basis, I mean, but you know what? You guys are all coming from that background. That's what's really cool. Like we all do such crazy shit, in our alt modes.
Right.
This is like the real me,
We're all wild and crazy guys.
I was gonna say, hey, finger the butt.
And Lenny, why don't you close it out for
All right.
news?
Well, by the time I came along, you guys were already a force to be reckoned with. I used to listen to the show and just thought these guys have my sense of humor. Like, this is the podcast for me. And when I finally got the chance to come on, I met a whole bunch of my best friends. Like, I love all you guys, and and especially Matt, because I'm your typical I hate Hasbro, and Matt's your typical I love Hasbro, and I don't think I could get along with anyone better. So,
wait till next year.
That's pretty awesome. And love the fans. Met so many new people through listening, like listeners of the show, and I get to meet all you fuckers at TFCon. So
Yeah,
I cannot fucking wait.
that's gonna be cool.
But yeah, like I'm the same as all you guys. I look forward every week to sitting down and chatting about the things that we love. Like none of us would do it unless we love this shit. So
True.
Do that.
All right, that's a pretty full episode, I'd say. Oscar, you want to do some shout outs and take us out of here?
Sure.
Oh, Oscar, do you want to tease any Christmas treats you might have in store for Shattercast listeners?
Yes, I got. There is something going on for our Shattercast listeners that check out our YouTube. Hopefully this weekend it will be up. I have to talk to a certain cast member because I want him to be a part of this because I think he has the perfect voice for what I want him to do. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not available, Oscar.
Well,
not you,
Justin,
you goddamn fucking motherfucker.
Not everything's about you, Justin. You always talk so much. You talk over everybody.
TQ 71213
R2D2 C3PO. They're in a
goddamn baby
sinful
8. You already got a toy. Fuck.
Oh man, you
ain't the Force Awakens. You ain't
Go
the Force
support
Awakens.
the Sith, you un-American bastard.
Goddamn Sith.
What you got coming, Oscar? What you got coming?
It's goddamn rule of Trump.
Jesus.
Rule of Trump.
Shut the fuck up.
There's one to crave the power.
Ironhide, Oscar. Oscar, try Ironhide.
I swear to God, man, if you tell me to talk like Ironhide again, I'm gonna punch you in the mouth. You son of a bitch. Yeah.
What you got coming, Oscar?
You and your radio microphone talking all
goddamn little brother.
All right, shout outs to ROC. Shout outs to
Oh, shut up. Anyway, so I got something big for Ask World. I'm gonna try to get it done this weekend. The goal is to pull an all-nighter Friday animating if need be.
So tonight.
No, because I have to go to work the next 2 days. And unlike some people at my job, I gotta stand up and focus on it. But
yeah, Bobby.
Yeah,
asshole.
Bobby doesn't work. He's unemployed.
He's a porn star.
Yeah, he does foot fetish porn.
That's what happens. That's what happens when you marry a doctor. It's not my fault.
Hey guys, Skullface here. I got a new video. It's called Feet and Jello.
Not a lick of
It's
paint
Wednesday,
on no Jell-O.
fuckers.
It's Bill Cosby's favorite nerd.
Pill and drink pop, spell first, and super to pop my finger in your
That's called sleeping in Jello.
Rudy. But yeah, we got that. So let's go ahead and get these shout outs out of the way. Shout out to Third Party Unlimited. Who runs that again?
Oh, that's not
Ringing a
me.
bell. They're not ringing a
Oh,
bell. Who said that?
Themselves.
Who?
No.
Who?
Ran by
Mega
none
81.
other than Mr. Antoine Mega81, Facebook.com/pages/Unlimited, Third Party Unlimited, and a bunch of numbers behind it. At Real Robart, our good friend, PlastiqueFreak.com, Mr. Swage. Wow. And then, of course, at Fear Corpse, the only guy I know who has the coolest wedding ring ever. A fucking Sinestro Corpse ring. Oh my God. I love you, Ben. Your fucking moonshine's the best, bro.
He's got the worst moonshine. That's the moonshine that put me out.
Oh man, you're just a lot white. But of
That's
course,
the moonshine that killed Greg for Mercy.
that right there, Maple.
Of course,
It was the fried chicken.
It was a combination of the two.
Bojangles. Of course, I am Ratchet for all your G1 needs. That guy's got good, straight up, solid stuff. None of that tarnished.
And your G spot needs to.
Damn right. And of course, third party TF Crashers and TF Prototype. And of course, our good friends over at ROC and Tyler.
Thanks
Shout
for
out to
sharing.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as always, I want you to go ahead and put your hands together and pray to Thanos. In the name of Primus, please collect responsibly. And most importantly, be good to yourselves and each other.
You
Come on,
rip and
Antoine.
shattered.
Fuck up.
Shut the fuck up, shit.
Shut the fuck up, Antoine. Chip.
I swear to God, who let him in the chat? Hey, before Antoine leaves,
That
everyone
was,
check your pockets. I don't trust him.